Hi, I'm I don't know what your topic is tonight, but
How
I
old are you?
guess hmm?
How old are you?
Guess.
Don't play with me. Guess these nuts.
She had the beat drop. She let the beat drop.
Welcome to Two Peas in the Pod.
Cass.
I'm your host, Rich.
I'm your host, DK, man.
And today's topic is Kevin Samuels. Should he be celebrated?
Oh, man. Man, when you treating women that look like that, that disrespect. I mean, when did men even think of having the nerve in 2022 to speak their minds, to say how they felt, to set guidelines and set standards? I mean, and to do this boldly, man. I mean, I understand it might have been a lot at first, but I feel like somebody had to do something. And I always looked at all these old men that knew for years the games that we were being played, that were being played on us.
Right.
The way that they would always say, we're smarter than men. Well, how? And they would just snicker. You know, even when they was little girls, they was getting taught how to handle us as women, as little girls. And for you to have an old man before he died at an average black man's age, come tell us, hey, fellas, up the ante when it comes to what you're doing in life, but also raise the standard of the woman that you're going to accept in your life.
Absolutely.
You're worthy of something. And for that to cause an outrage the way that it did, all that did was put the nail in the coffin to me believing in anything else besides what that man had to say. I need to raise the bar on myself, but also, and also hold a standard to whatever woman's going to be in my life.
Absolutely. And changing the narrative. Like, you know, men have been taught for so long that getting a woman is the prize.
Just having her.
We haven't been, you know, told and conditioned and been taught that we're the prize. Like we're valuable. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you need to put value in yourself. So, you know, Kevin Samuels was not, you know, nothing new. Like his approach and what he was saying, it wasn't new. It was refreshing, and it was something that, it was confirmation, and it was something that women weren't used to. But like, you know, the what he was kicking wasn't new ideologies.
Well, I think it got hard to shoot the messenger. These days, when you have people who don't like what you're saying, they don't combat it factually.
No,
Never. Too few of his messages were ever combated factually for that man that had years and years and years of content on the internet.
Yeah.
No one ever factually was able to debate him.
Because he brought up statistics from the CDC. They
started saying statistics is fake, like stats is fake. I'm like, well, then stop telling people to go to college because you'll be statistically more successful if you go to college. Let's stop doing that then. Let's forget all the stats. Let's stop saying black men are trifling, don't make a lot of money. That's a stat. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's forget all the stats there.
Right.
But what he was able to do was monetize. And I feel like with his capitalistic successfulness, that he was able to, he was a biochem major. You know, he was a style, fashion kind of coach type of dude, you know, but obviously the man had money. You know, let's just get, and obviously he didn't make it as a dope dealer. He didn't make it as a rap hip hop star. I mean, he made it working in America, busting his ass. The shit that he, you know, the shit that he said that he promoted in black men and other men doing, building America. You know, and so when you had a man of that caliber that dresses well, you know what I'm saying, believes in perfumes and on women and believes in colognes on men and they believes in structure, well, it's kind of hard to shoot that messenger down. All they could call him was gay.
Right. It was gay, and they took the tack to say his tonality. His approach,
delivery.
His delivery. We can't dispute what he's saying. It's not, they're not outraged. He's saying a bunch of lies. He's saying this, he's saying that, and that's not true. That's not accurate.
He could have got sued for that. Like,
they're more so outraged at his approach and the fact that he was not sugarcoating anything. Like, he was going to tell you like it is. It's his platform. You're calling into my show, you know, and you're going to get it the way I'm going to give it.
Well, he grew up with a single black mama from Oklahoma. I mean, how many days you thought something was explained to him in a nice way? I grew up with a black mother. My mama ain't never spared me. My mama never spared me. When it came, I'm talking about, it was one point in time when I was about 9 years old, and I would tell this story to really put myself out there. My mama went in my laundry and grabbed some dirty ass whitey tighties, what they used to call it, and said, "Look at this shit right here." It had a big ass shit stain, and I've been wiping my ass good ever since. You know why? Because she told the whole family, "Look at this motherfucking shit stain in the drawer. All the toilet paper I buy around here, all the body wash I buy around here. Look at his drawers. That's what we were raised.
Humiliation.
But it worked.
Yeah.
I never again took a shit and ain't wiped my ass.
Properly.
I mean, I thought I did when the shit was in my ass. I thought I did, you know. I thought I felt a little sticky, you know. I'm 9. My daddy's goddamn shame. Just eating this guy. I'm shamed in a motherfucker. Yeah, I'm shamed. But that taught me to get my together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for this man to say, I feel like for women, especially black women, when they come to raising black men, understand that you come to raise that black man as a what? As a man.
As a man, that's a fact.
You are telling yourself, I'm a man, I gotta do this. So guess why we inevitably, after generation of looking at our black women like they're a mother and father too, Kevin Samuels is your production.
Right.
That's the end product of that. You know, I'm finna talk to you how I would talk to a man. You can't do that. I'm a woman. That ain't what you're saying in society.
Right.
That's not what you're saying when it comes to your bank account.
Right.
That's not what it comes to say. You be playing men and men will be playing you. So why can't he sit down here and talk to you the same way you would? And one thing my family member of mine pointed out, he said, you know, I was telling women, I think that was you. I said a family member. I said I think you were saying in the Clubhouse app, there was being mentioned over and over again that he was on men's ass just the way he was on women's ass. He was on men's ass first, and women
Correct.
asked for it.
Correct.
And that was just going. That wasn't getting highlighted, mentioned. That's because it's okay to fire a man's ass up unmercifully. He's a man.
Right.
He
But you
needs
can't critique it. But you can't. Women don't want to be critiqued. And I'm not gonna say all women, because obviously it's not a lot. There's a lot of women that love Kevin Samuels, that celebrate Kevin Samuels and appreciated his message, and they actually drew something from it and it helped them. So I'm not gonna say all women, but there's a vast majority of women, you know, that's vocal. You know, they was vocal before, but vocal after his death, like with the disrespect and the slander about his message and the way he talked to these women. And that's the issue I have is with those women, because again, they wouldn't say nothing if he's critiquing men. But the moment he step into the arena of trying to check them and put them in a corrective spot, then it's problems. And that's what they having an issue with.
And my problem with the whole thing is y'all asked for that, man. That man was doing just fine, giving man advice, being a style.
5 years. For 5
For
years.
5 years.
And didn't go viral. Nobody was
You
criticizing
know why?
him. Nobody
Because-
was like,
because
oh, he over
was
there bashing men.
We didn't call him gay.
Nope.
For 5 years, we saw him dressing, spraying on Tom Ford, you know, cologne. I mean, saw him making sure that he had feng shui at his home.
Uh-huh.
And that man told us to work 60 hours a week to go find a trade that makes you more valuable to this marketplace, and so that you would be more valuable to receive a higher wage or paycheck.
Right.
To do more with yourself. You know, take value in your appearance. Wear a watch. I didn't wear a watch until I had a friend of mine confirm what I heard Kevin say, yeah, man, need to wear a watch. How people know you're on time? How people know you about your business? It's just an assumption to the mind that if you have on a watch, you're about your business.
Right.
You're on time. It just looks like it. A man that wears a watch is important. Why? He has shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he had a lot of segments saying shit your father should have taught you.
Yeah.
So when this man is, and y'all say step up. Y'all say black men, do y'all want us to step up based on how y'all want to critique us stepping up? Because that wouldn't be no point of us
That's
stepping up.
usually how it always is.
Because y'all can be mother and father for that point like you've been doing, but you would get the end product. You being by yourself, raise your kids by yourself like Kevin Samuels said, and your black man being in jail, which is why you leftovers. Why are you leftovers? You're leftovers because at 22, how many of us are dead? 20%? 30% of us will be locked up in jail or incarcerated at some point in our time on their life. Mm-hmm. How many of us meet the financial capitalistic standard that women set? Not even 75% of us. They say 1 out of every 10 black men will marry outside of their marriage. Then they say 3 out of every 4 black men is what they say on the down low or are gay. What black men are left? You are what's left over. He called us, you are what's left over, crazy ass. Because out of your race, there are no men left. You remain, but we are gone. You don't aid to that at all. You watch us perish and say we need to get our ish together. While you got yours together and say, well, where they at? We are dead, in jail, or they in bed with another man. They, not me, you know, they in bed with another man.
Yeah. Cook, bro.
And y'all say them cool. Y'all say them men are cool. Y'all say them men understand y'all better than straight men do. Gay men. You ever heard that?
Yeah, all the time.
But then they call Kevin Samuels gay.
Yeah, but they say that gay men understand them better because they are more feminine. Gay men are feminine in nature. So if you're doing the things that women do and you're talking like a woman, yeah, to them, you're cool with them. You get what I'm saying? But
Even
when
though
you have
you're
an
trying
opposing,
to imitate them, I mean,
it's definitely imitation.
and you're trying to sleep with their men. I'm trying to explain to women that the population of those type of men growing, that decreases your chances of finding a man. I mean, duh. That's not. I mean, you got to understand. You're what's left over. You're not the leftovers. He might have worded that wrong. You're what's left over. You're not the leftovers, and that's why I feel like Kevin Samuels set the bar, and he gave us a platform and a blueprint to take and build from, but also take and correct. Nah, we should never call women leftovers, man. He just started making so much money from that shit.
But respectfully, let's it depends on the context you put leftovers in.
I'm just
right?
No. Basically saying, just when it comes to talking about our women in totality, I don't feel like men should. I'm just saying based on my opinion. I'm not saying what he should have said or shouldn't have said. I'm saying based on my opinion. I don't feel like men should ever refer to women as leftovers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you're factually telling them that they are what's leftovers. You're not just some leftovers. You're what's left over from a society that's being depleted every day by any means necessary, especially in the black society, in the black population.
Right.
So you are what's left over from the whole that began. When you take black men out in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you are what remain. So I got what he was saying as a logical person and thinking about it not in an emotional type of way. You know what I'm saying? And I got that based on the fact that at 33 years old, I halfway got my shit together. And it looks like I'm miles ahead of every man that I'm around at 33 years old. And I just halfway got my shit together, and it feels like I'm just millenniums and light years ahead of friends and men that are, sometimes I feel like I'm on the same level as other men that are 10 years my senior, 20 years my senior. Why? Life is that challenging for a black man. To the point where I look down, there's an NBA superstar right now, 20 years old, just signed for $20 million. He's shitting on me and you. Right. Big time. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? As a black man, you can't call it when you make it. You out here just doing what you can do till you do, if you do make it.
Right.
And he advocated for those men who were plumbers, who were, construction workers, who were out here just continuing society that these women live off of.
Yeah, the men that, most women felt they was better than because they didn't feel like they wanted to mess.
But
with
when he called you
nobody
fat and
that made
average,
40 or 50,000.
But when he called you fat and average, because you called these men broken average, it was a problem. He let you know these men think you're fat. These men think you ain't got too much going on with you either. Oh, F him. That's the truth. You want to judge and not be judged. That's why I say he broke the ice. He created the conversation that so many men before us they were some hoes. They were scared to say it. Because you didn't want grandma looking at you and telling you not to undo the games that she taught her granddaughters to play on men. So you sat there and let your grandsons go out there and get bamboozled with feminism. And you sat back and was quiet, great uncle. You was quiet, grandpa. You didn't tell me what you supposed to tell me, what all you been through. But you made that shit seem cool and told me good luck. Laughed at me on my wedding day. Nephew. Nigga, you was wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? My bad, my lane. You was wrong for that, bro. Yeah. Hey, look, you could have told, hey, man, them women might try to finesse you for your resources, man. Yeah. Sometimes they still be in love with men when they pad. Sometimes you ain't hitting them right because they done had a dude and they pad, hit them right. You ain't hitting them right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that ain't just no guarantee, son. And you finna put a lot into that. Yeah. These old men are just now having the nuts on their way out from dying. Oh, God killed him at 56 years old. Black man, he lived a year past the average black man. Black man died at 55. Right when you're supposed to drive to Social Security, that's the average age we start dying. That man got a year worth of Social Security, and I think it was a government conspiracy. And that man, to make
they didn't want to pay no Social Security out.
Oh God, y'all sound so ignorant. I mean, golly. He grew up in Oklahoma. The bacon fat. I mean, the diet that they growing up on them type of farms and stuff. Not to mention he was a high achieving man. Every time I watched him on the show, he had a Red Bull. That's what he was pouring up in that glass. Yeah. Red Bull. He had interviews. He had, I'm talking about TV shows and interviews all the time. You know what I'm saying? With children, 2 divorced marriages. I mean, this man heart done been through hell. Obviously, he's been divorced twice.
Facts.
Did you ever hear him complain about child support? There was never a show on child support. He told men make more money. Did you ever hear him complain about his ex-wives? No, he just said what he felt was wrong with relationships. I don't feel like I ever heard an episode with him personally talking about his ex-wives.
Nah, I haven't. And I haven't heard that much from him, but I definitely didn't hear no episodes about that.
So I never found out he was divorced twice until women started saying, this man is divorced twice. Damn, y'all investigate to say you never watched this show. You got straight men that'll say because they don't want their wife. I don't really watch the show because you don't want your wife mad at you, bro. This is why his show existed, bro. All my partners, hey, bro, y'all heard the Kevin Samuels show this week? He kind of went off, you know. So I don't really watch the show, you know what I'm saying? Why not? I just don't watch it. You lie, your
Why
wife
not? You don't watch it because your wife or your lady
your ass up.
and those niggas that's controlled by their ladies and shit. Like that's what I'm saying. That goes, man. That goes deep, man. This goes all the way back to our fucking conversation about Will Smith, bro. Like those the type of, you know what I mean, those the type of men that's like trying to overcompensate for women's feelings or don't want to be in the crosshairs.
So I go slap Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And I denounce even knowing another man exists. So when he died, nobody watched his interviews. Nobody, women said, I didn't watch. I watched one episode. Fuck him. Damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now that
You
you
haven't even drew enough from watching his content to get an opinion on the man, and you're just going off of like sound bites and headlines.
And if you'd have went
yeah.
back to 2017, when this man was doing interviews with men, when he asked men, how tall are you? The man said 5'8". He said, how big? He said about 250. Kevin Samuels said, oh, you a fat fucker. Verbatim.
Right.
And then Kevin Samuels asked the man, he said, do you have a big dick? Because you're out here complaining about women. Do you have a big dick? The man paused. Kevin Samuels said, never mind. That's when I started watching the show. 2017.
Yeah.
When he told that man that, I said, this is a dude that is raw, uncut, and they say this is what men, especially black men, need. They need something raw and uncut to get us there quicker. It don't need to be sugar coated.
Yeah, I feel all people need raw and uncut, and that's
what the women said.
Right.
That asked him to do this for women.
Right.
But then them women might have should have been quiet because y'all couldn't have been speaking for the majority of women. Y'all asked that man to start doing what he did for y'all. He started making money off of it. Next thing you know, oh, that man should be dead, and he died alone. He died with a sexy nurse. That woman was thicker than this room and proportionate. I mean, proportionate. Look, all the right. What are you talking about? He went out like Color Purple. It was a scene in The Color Purple when Celie walked up to this woman and asked, how did that man die? She said, on top of me. That man went out like Color Purple. You not finna disgrace this old man. Man, that
Talk
woman
about
age
it.
can't pull that woman, man. If he went out on Viagra, nigga, you the general. You the G. For real, man. Ain't no way in hell. What was her name? Hortensia?
I don't even.
Bro, I think
Yeah, I
her
don't
name.
even know
She
her
was a
name.
nurse that was thicker than a nigga named Hortensia. You hear me? And they say he died alone. A woman that he wasn't no marital relation to, that he spent the night with, called that man.
Yeah,
Trying
yeah.
to save his life.
Facts. So he was not alone.
He was not alone. He wasn't married. Is what
Yeah,
he didn't
yeah.
want to be married.
And not being married doesn't mean
You're alone. That's
See,
what
women
women
have to
that's what he
understand
was,
that. Yeah.
And that's what they were trying to tell him. You know, that they just out here doing their thing. That don't mean they're alone. He's saying die alone. Which means what? Nobody's there to take care of you.
Well, first of all, everybody dies alone. We come in this motherfucker together
Unless
and we
you're
go
married.
out. We come in alone and we go out alone unless you go out in a tragic way with someone else with you.
This is why he
Like,
was the
other than
blueprint.
that, you're
This is
dying
why
by
he was the
yourself.
blueprint, because he says die alone, and what you're saying is inevitably we all die alone.
Facts.
That wasn't even saying nothing.
Yeah.
But what he was trying to say die alone as in the years before you die. You have nobody to spend those years you need your ass wiped with. Shout out to my mama. You have no years to nobody to spend with you when your kids are grown and they're going to live their own life. When you're retired and you're too old to go into the club and you're too old to go out on vacation and have hot girl summer every year. Because
Right.
why? You 50 and you 60 and now you're alone. He meant die alone as in the 10, 15, 20, 30 years before you die. When that hot girl summer sizzle out at 55, 60 years old and you don't die till 80, 88, that's 30 years you've been alone, depending on kids.
Right.
You have no best friend, nobody there. When you could have had a man there, rain, sleet, hell, or snow. What he was trying to tell women, I guess, after being divorced and being alone and being with women like Hortensia's, that it would be worth it.
Right.
And I think he felt that way about the women that he divorced.
Yeah, it's no doubt. Even though he didn't speak on it, but you
Even
can
though he didn't
tell.
speak, that's an
Yeah.
assumption. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the reality of it. Like, you know, women just need to put more value on black men, right? And I won't say men in general, but we saying black men because we know primarily his goal was the black family structure. He was trying to bring that back together, which is the initial. It was the initial goal of his whole show. Like, that was his objective. And Kat, matter of fact, you can go ahead and drop the video, just giving them a little insight on, you know, Kevin Samuels and why he started doing what he was doing.
Yes, I want to see black men and black black women together, but I want to see black women valuing black men as black men deserve to be valued. Black men, you are worthy. You have done great things in the last 20 or 30 years. You've taken your image back from cops, deadbeat dads, and everything else. You stepped up to the challenge, and this is your time. This is your time. The gender war is over. Average at best happened in 2021. That is over. 2022, we're going into it. Self-awareness is sexy. Men are going to show the work, and women are going to show their worth. We're going to move forward. We're going to move forward, and if you want to move forward together with us, men are there waiting for you. Men are there waiting for you, but you're going to earn your spot because he has to earn his value. And a lot of times, guys don't want to hear that truth. We just don't. You know, if I come on here talking about, you know, female nature, such and so forth, and if I would start bashing women or talking noise, oh man, the likes and everything would go through the roof. But when you start talking to men saying, guys, you know, cheap is some of the most expensive stuff out there. You gotta do better.
Damn, bro. Like, he literally predicted it. He said, if I was to start doing this to women, if I was to start, you know, criticizing women and putting them in their place and checking them and correcting them, then watch my views go through the roof and all this other stuff. But primarily, like you said, for 5 years, his focus was on men, helping and build up men that, you know, either had low self-esteem, that couldn't get a woman, or whatever the case may be.
When I was a kid, I thought my dad was the bougiest, blackest Negro in the world because he had to take his clothes to the cleaners. Extra starch, please. Nigga, why you want your jeans the jeans do this? Cardboard jeans. You feel what I'm saying? I watched Kevin Samuels. He said, woman notice that a man pays attention to himself. That's
right.
Self-love. That's self-care. If you care for yourself that much, you're able to give that to somebody else.
Right.
You shouldn't walk out with a wrinkled shirt on. You should iron your shirt or send it to the cleaners. Man, that was a confirmation of something that I was battling when it came to my father already raising
Absolutely.
me.
A lot of things with Kevin Samuels was confirmation.
Was confirmation
Absolutely.
from your grandpa who did raise you, and you thought he was crazy because of what feminists were saying. And like my old man taught me, your appearance is everything, son. People see how you care about yourself, your fingernails. You know, wash your face, son. You know?
Right.
This is stuff my dad used to say, you should smell good. I used to steal my dad's cologne every chance I got. And he would know, I can smell you, mother. You know, he'd be mad at me. But
little motherfucker, you was in my shit,
but
right?
I was in 7th grade, and I'd be in class. I'd be the only boy in there funky. I mean, stank, smelling like that Hill figure or that Jew, or smelling like that Issey Miyake. All the stuff my daddy used to wear, the cologne phrase he would wear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when I be sitting in class, I would notice the other boys didn't smell like men. I was the nerdiest dude in class, just a little regular black dude, but I smelled good. And I know the women, you smell good. All the little girls in class, the teachers, you smell good. I noticed, oh damn, this shit, I ran through, that man had bottles of cologne like this. When I got done with them, they look like that. You feel what I'm saying? And now you have a man like Kevin Samuels tell you, no, your appearance matters, young man. Your bank account matters.
Right.
Your worth to this capitalist society matters. Get your rank up, but don't settle, because now you're worth it as well. And when women preach that same thing to other women, to go out there and get your money up, to get your beauty up, take care of yourself, take care of whoever come with you, but then the price goes up. They love that. The prices went up. Okay, cool. But once you get your degree, or once you get your career, and once you're making 6 and 7 figures as a man, what is wrong with your price going up and you saying, well, I don't want a woman who has kids for another man, or is overweight, or this is what I want as a man that's of high value. He said men that were broke have no right to even be in a relationship.
This is true, which is stuff that you're supposed to teach your kids. Like, I tell my sons that now. Like, son, don't be worried about no girl. Don't be worried about no girlfriend right now. Like, get your shit together. Like, there was a saying when I was coming up. It was, don't chase the girls, chase the money, and the girls will come. Mm-hmm. Right? They'll come behind that. But that was just from a simplistic form of being in the streets. Like, that's just how we talked in the streets. But when you really look at that, the reality of it is, you don't have to chase a woman. Like, get yourself together, get your shit together, financially stable to where you're at in your life, to where you can sustain life, you can take care of yourself, provide for yourself, so that when you go and find a woman, you're not finding a woman to do some things for you that you don't already do for yourself or can't do for yourself.
One thing my mother did, and I want to talk about the women who I want to say didn't agree with Kevin Samuels, but didn't disagree, didn't hear any lies when they were listening to him. You know, they might have been raised, they might have had fathers in their life, you know, and all that type of stuff. My mother always taught me, man, I'm going to teach you how to cook, how to clean, and how to raise children. And I thought my mama was slaving me. I thought, man, I used to be 13, 14 years old, like, this woman got me. Well, I'm not finna be taking my Saturdays, man. But she said, this one thing you say, she said, I'm gonna teach you these 3 C's because you only gonna need a woman for the 4th one. Negro, I was about 17 years old when I realized what the 4th C was. It was coaching.
Yep.
My mama said, you're gonna cook for yourself, you're gonna clean for yourself, and if you have children, you're gonna be able to raise your children by yourself. You're gonna be able to change their diapers. I'm the oldest.
Right.
My mama made me change all their diapers. I had to fix all their formula. Wasn't no titty feeding. I fix your I'm your big brother. Mama had to go to work. And she said, you know what? I'm not even mad at this. Because the only thing that's going to come of this is when you have your own child,
you're going to know how to take care of it.
Won't no woman be able to hang her womanhood over your head.
Right.
To this day, I cook. To the day, I clean. I cook as a profession. I clean to the tip, top, bottom. I'm talking I stay sharp. And I keep my house clean. I keep my car clean. You know what I'm saying? And I have such a close relationship to my children that both the mothers of my child say I spoil them both, my son and my daughter.
Right.
So my mother taught me, only thing I want, this is what a woman taught me. As when she was raising me and what she felt like I should have been as a man in this world with women. My mama knew women, but she was young and she was still a little radical. My mama had me at 17 years old. So we having this conversation. My mama's still in her 20s. Mm-hmm. You're going to know how to cook, clean, and watch your own children because you're only going to need a woman for one thing, some coaching.
So what's your question? If she have a take on it, what's your mama think of Kevin Samuels?
My mama loved him. I think she had a little crush on him. I mean, because my mama like a man with nuts. She like a man that talks shit. She like a man that, you know, that's why she loves my dad. You know, my dad was the type of dude, he was like Kevin, so you're not finna run his house.
Right.
My dad would go out to the world and give his all. Come home, make a way out of no way. He's not, my dad was never the type of dude that let my mom run our house, to run the house.
Right.
When I got in trouble, my mother always told me, I'm gonna tell your father. Oh no, my mom didn't whoop me. My punishment was my dad. This big black man finna come home and kill me as soon as you tell him something. She used that dude like a chain on, like a pit bull on a chain her whole life until they got divorced behind their own personal issues.
Right.
But my mama never told me that it was wrong for my father to run the house, even when he ran the house, and when her opinion was, in my opinion, sometimes too, in vain.
Right.
And by in vain, I mean, you know, he doing what he want to do. It's his house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she still never raised me to that wasn't right. She just told me, you know, take some different men. And my father told me the same thing. He said, son, grow up and be better than me. He said, me and you the same, I failed. Right. I effed up and I failed. You know what I'm saying? He said, go out there and everything you felt dad did wrong, which means my father told me to examine him what he was doing. So he told me as a child to look at his life and fill out what I was doing right and wrong.
And what he was doing right and what I'm doing wrong,
you eliminate
correct.
that, dude. And my mother told me nothing but the same thing about my father. She said, your dad just come from a hurt place. He grew up with a single mother. You take from him and you learn, and you shouldn't go through this.
Right.
And to this day, it's still hard for me to walk around and not, I'm talking about break down, bro. Mm-hmm. Because everything my father was telling me he was going through, I see it. I feel I live it now. Son, they don't appreciate you. They just use you. He just been a crybaby. Okay. Dad's been a crybaby. Nah, I want to cry right now. Mm-hmm. I'm finna get paid tonight. That motherfucker gone tomorrow. Being a man.
Yeah, being a man. Absolutely.
You put your foot down around the house, they got a problem with that. Now you're being a tyrant, you're being misogynistic, you know what I'm saying? What are you? You're narcissistic. I mean, they got all the istics for your head. You know what I'm saying? You all the istics when you go to be a man these days.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So when my father cried out to me as a child, dude, what Kevin Samuels allowed me to do was to hear his cry. I didn't hear my father's cry as a child. I was programmed by media, the world, status quo, feminism.
Right.
I'm with my mommy when he leave the house and they argue. I hear what my mommy got to say when he outside the house. He come back home, he don't talk down on mommy. He be trying to be a real man. Mommy done told me all daddy business. You know what I'm saying? Wrong, dude. You know what I'm saying? What's her name? You know what I'm saying? But when I grew up and realized, well, damn, bro, my daddy wanted to cut his fucking head off. So what is it for him to go lay in a motherfucking another woman's house? He wants to commit suicide.
Right.
And that's what Kevin said. These men are suicidal. What is it for him to not value himself enough to go be with another woman? And you tell him, well, she's on crack. This dude wants to do crack. He just did crack. That's how he met. Y'all make this what the world leads us to. Yeah. Then you have a man come says, have a value, have a standard about yourself. Have a standard for the women you are with. Women get mad at that, but then wonder why men cheat on you with women who are on crack. It's because he has no standard of value for a woman. He knew you did, but he had none. He knew you had value for yourself. That's what attracted him to you. But did he have value for himself when it came to women he was with?
Right, no.
No. No. I didn't learn this till I watched the man's show.
Right.
Man, I go mess off with a side woman because I don't have no value for the woman that I'm with. I can see value in a woman because she has it for herself.
Or the woman doesn't have value for you. This is another reason why situations where a man might go lay up with another female.
Or I would appreciate a woman having value for me, but she has no value for herself. That's why men are attracted to women who have value.
Right.
But you have no idea how to take that and translate that and correlate that to that being valuable to you.
Right.
You just know that she has value, she has worth for herself. And then you come to that. You never able to see how that you can get anything out of that. Meanwhile, you're pouring into that because that's what required day one. This is what this man was describing.
Right.
Why men do the things they do when they feel empty. And then once again, when you get to expressing your feelings, you're gay. I think it should be a hate crime. Because this man got men into their feelings to where he was a psychologist almost, bruh. This man missed out on a lot of money. He could have got a psychology degree.
Yeah.
But at the end of that, he was gay. I feel like it should be a hate crime for you to take the way that people choose to live their life
And throw that on a straight man when you don't agree
with what he has to
say.
say,
Yeah.
just to make fun of him.
Yeah, they need
because
to
you're
stop
still
that
making
shit.
fun of gay men when you do that.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should be allowed to do that.
'Cause
So all these women on the internet saying, "Oh, you must be gay because you should."
Right,
hey,
because if nothing's wrong with the LGBTQ community,
Why are you shading me
then
with
why
this?
why when you disagree with me, you're saying, "Oh, you must be gay." Like
And then when a
you're
gay-
saying it as if gay is a bad thing to be.
Then when a
That's
gay
why
man,
you're saying it.
Then when a gay man says, "Don't speak on divine femininity," that's why Kevin Samuels died. Y'all say it again. He's gay. He's
Yeah.
a man still though. I mean, what do you? I'm lost.
and that's why gay men need to stay in their fucking place. I'm gonna be the first one to say it.
I'm
Stop
co-signing that.
speaking on straight men issues.
And that's
Like-
like straight women too.
Exactly, straight men, straight women.
have
issues.
your own
If you're
community.
gay, then you deal with that. Like, don't be talking
have your
about
own community.
the intermingling of a man and a woman relationship when you do not practice a man and a woman relationship.
That ain't your
Right?
lane, dog. Yeah, I mean, I do with all due respect. We don't speak on y'all. We do no hate
Absolutely.
crimes, man. For me to even make fun of you for being how you
We
is,
getting
dude.
canceled if we say
If I
something
make
about
fun of you
y'all.
because you don't like women, I go to jail or I get sued. But you can sit up there and talk about the problems I'm having with women, dude. Chill out, bro.
Yeah.
For real, man. Chill out, bro. Ain't nobody trying to argue with no gay dude when it comes to what he dealing with his straight woman and with his straight self. And and they feel so entitled because straight women attack them dudes in to get to mingling with you and arguing with you, so they can say, "Look, he arguing with a gay man. He's gay." And they want to. Either you going to put up with a woman to prove you're straight, or you're gay.
Yeah,
And-
it's some
and-
psychology
and so-
mindfuck type of shit that they got
So
going
the way
on.
that he took that gay on the chin, the way that they came at him with that whole "he's gay" thing, that's why I salute him for it too.
Yeah.
Because he took that. Okay, I'm gay, and he kept talking.
Right, right, all right.
Like,
That's
bro.
what y'all want. If that's all y'all can say out of everything I'm saying, that's what you want to try to
No, they
just,
expected
throw
him
it
to,
off
I'm
on
not
me.
gay.
Yeah.
They was gonna say, "Ha, look, he's gay," which is y'all saying ain't nothing wrong being gay. It's just lifestyle choice these days.
Right.
Y'all letting gay men speak against men.
Right.
So why if he was a gay man?
And y'all letting gay men speak on behalf of y'all. Yet you're still telling straight men when they say something that you don't agree with that they're
he
gay.
on the down low.
Yeah, like something is wrong with that.
Like
Something's wrong with that issue.
I seen a young lady on Facebook. She said, "All y'all do is get on here all day and post about women. Y'all on the download. But then if you keep scrolling, baby daddies ain't nothing. My ex ain't doing nothing. My husband don't understand. I can't find a date. I want to date men that's 50." Then the hypocrisy. I saw a woman post a man's 28, his girlfriend 19. I scrolled 5 scrolls down. It's a woman who's 32. She said, "I didn't date a man who's 50. Y'all don't know math. That's what Kevin was talking about. Get yourself educated, baby girl. Them 18 years, man.
Right.
18 years. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? Compared to them 9. You, baby girl, you 32. You want to date a man that's 50 plus.
Yeah.
This man is 28. He dating a woman that's 19. And that's what you got to do. You got to pause to just let logic just sit in. Them 18 years compared to 9, you were doing twice. But then she had a face on it like an emoji as if that was nasty or disgusting or weird for a man to be 28 dating a woman that's 19. Would I want my daughter dating a man that's 28? Nah.
No.
Is it legal as hell, and could I do something about it? Yeah, it's legal as hell. And I don't think I can do nothing about the verbs. I don't think if she's grown at 19 and the state not gonna get, I don't think I can take the law into my own hands. So I might not like it,
Right.
but I grow to love it if it work out. Why? What am I gonna do, bro? And if I was to go try to step in right now and say, hey, as a man, I'm gonna put my foot down. You're not dating a man that's 28. They would say that's her right, that's her choice.
Oh
That's
yeah,
her
they're
body.
gonna drag you all through social media.
then on
He's
the-
trying to control his daughter. You see what they did with T.I. when T.I. was just trying to, make
But
sure
in retrospect,
his
the man that got him
his
a
daughter
fine
was getting checked.
The
out.
man that got him a fine, ripe young lady, he's a rapist. Ma'am, that woman's past a year. That woman is 365 days and counting past 18. He's a rapist. He should get him a woman his age. Okay, let the father co-control that. No, the father need to mind his business. Let the daughter make. Man, yeah, and this is why Kevin came to say we need some structure, man. You need to have some standards in your life as a man. Where that's why men go crazy and want to commit suicide, and because they say I need to be a father to my daughter. I can't because the world's saying I gotta let her go out here with these booty shorts on. I can't tell her how to dress. I gotta let her be liberated.
Oh hell no.
But I'm telling you what the world
Yeah,
saying.
I know.
You
No,
know,
you're right.
You know good and well.
You're right.
You know damn.
That's
well.
what the world say.
That's
You're
what
right.
the world say though. That you insecure as a father and what gives you the right, and you was out there doing it too. I mean, just attack the messenger. Damn
Man,
the
let's
messenger.
just get straight to it, man. There's an overreach on trying to silence, straight men, man. Let's just be real about it.
When I was arguing online with the whole Kevin Samuels thing, I noticed every time I got called gay or somebody made fun of me, there was no algorithm that went into place that had community guideline standards that stopped those people from doing that. And I told those people, I said, y'all don't know me. I said, I was raised by Lisa Manuel and Bernie Mac and Kenneth Washington. I said, I can talk about you to the day. I'm from the country. I always do sit down and pay the bills. I said, if I start talking about y'all, it's going to be a problem.
Right.
Bro, I want to say about 4-5 replies into it. Now, I'd have been called gay. I'd have been told that Kevin Samuels my God. They'd have told me they feel sorry for my kids, all this. I said, I take care of my stepson. I stepped up to the plate. I said, I know what it's like to be a man of value and take care of a woman, even though she has a child. I said, you can do it. I said, but as a woman, you're going to have that type of value about you.
Right.
I said, and then I had a child. So we were equally yoked. I had no right to tell her not to have a child, and I'm bringing one into the relationship, right? Man, this woman say, man, that man must have been y'all God. Oh, he must have been gay. Oh, he must be on the down low too. I didn't say anything, but I said, y'all better stop before I go out. Man, by the time I told this woman she was built like a kiddie pool, I was banned. I'm being a kid. See, that was immature. That was retarded, but it hurt her feelings.
Right.
Because she
right.
was built like, when I looked at her profile picture, she looked like goddamn kiddie pool. You like goddamn kiddie pool.
Yeah.
Why you talking about me? Bro, before you know it, her grandmama was online trying to motherfucker me. I looked online and it was like this old ass woman which they had. I said, I'm not even finna look. I'm not getting to it with Mabel and Merle. I'm not, man, look, Miss Mabel, your granddaughter decided to come at me and call me gay. When I said it's a damn shame y'all happy this man then died. Obviously
Right.
he was speaking the truth because you
Right.
want the truth dead. Everybody does these days. They want the truth dead.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And they want to kill the messenger.
Yeah.
These people called me gay. No algorithm clicked in. And I defended myself by saying I'm married with kids. They said, I feel sorry for your wife and children. I said, you done went too goddamn far. I'm
That's
gonna
a
fire
fact.
y'all ass
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
And
Now,
as I started firing
I
them
would have fired their ass
now
up too.
Facebook,
At that point.
Facebook want to tell me, well, you're bullying people. I dispute it. You're disputing it based on what? I've seen content like this before on Facebook. When? They said it to me before I said it to them. So we know that even the internet is rigged, bro,
Yeah.
against straight men.
Yeah.
I went through it with this whole Kevin Samuels thing.
Yeah.
I didn't call nobody gay nothing. I said what that man had to say, nobody ever debated it. Women started attacking me left and right. I never went against them. I was saying, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, whatever you feel, whatever. They kept laughing. I'm talking about days later, other women reading the shit, chiming in at me. Stop at me, bro. I didn't at you. I started my conversation, just speaking on the man.
Yeah.
On Marlon Wayans' Facebook page. So this is a black man's tribute to Kevin Samuels.
Right.
And when we were on that bashing him, I made one comment. That was 3 days of me having to defend myself against black women on the internet. When I got back on their ass, because they was
Sad.
built like kiddie pools. This woman told me, I told this woman, I said, I got paper for real. I said, I don't spend my money. I said, I got investments for real. I said, I'm a high value man at 33 years old, just like he said. I said, I work every day because I'm not going to never spend my money because once a man is broke, y'all don't never respect him. So I would to keep my money in assets and keep my money in the bank just to say at the end of the day that I got money and to walk around spending it all the time enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
This woman told me I work at Family Dollar. I said, you built like a Family Dollar. You don't know me like, bro, I used to score for real.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
built like a Dollar Tree. The whole store. Left side and right. You want to keep going? You take anything you say against me, I'm going to flip it on you. Community guideline standards for that comment and the previous one. For the
Right.
kiddie pool. This is the same woman. Your
Yeah.
kiddie pool, Family Dollar built their ass on. Trying to call me gay and trying to tell you feel sorry for my family.
Right.
Because I'm gay for standing up for a black man. And the divide and conquer strategy just got it so real between our own sisters that that's why it's so popular for us to shoot each other. That's why it's so popular for us to whoop each other, jump on each other. You claim Crip, I claim blood. Our women love that. They divide and conquer. Worse than America. Black on black crime come from black on black women.
Listen.
What are you talking? Look how they treated me, bro, just for supporting that man, dude. Oh, you must ain't had no dad in your life. I had my dad in my life every day of my life. What is you talking about? You're not finna sit up there and try to get no. This man was a confirmation. And I appreciate my father 10 times
Bruh,
more.
people got mad at me when I equated the way black women treat black men to white supremacy, bro.
Ooh. That's where they get it from. That's where they get it
it's
from.
Basically,
That's why they don't respect us. That's why they don't respect us.
exact
A black woman
thing.
will act a fool in your house, throw everything around, and the minute you go to grab her, 911, here they come, domestic
Speed
violence.
down. Yep.
They will taunt you and dare you to do them anything, even if you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing in your house. I run this. Why? I got 911 on speed dial. Whenever you get tired of it, they think you're gonna buck up to me like a man. I'll call that oppressor, and he'll lock you up.
Don't let them have housing assistance, and you living with them because they'll tell you, get the fuck out of my house. They start.
You ain't on the lease.
They start throwing your stuff out the window and all types of disrespect. They do it in front of the kids. They tell them, "Hey, look, kid, your daddy ain't shit." Like it's like the disrespect.
And he was supposed
from
to
black
sugarcoat it.
women to black men. And again, we never speak in absolute because we know it doesn't happen with every black
With
man
everybody,
and every
yeah.
black woman. We know that.
We know that.
But there's a vast amount of these type of incidents going on, especially in inner city America, where black women are literally utilizing white supremacy
To their advantage.
tactics
To their
on black
advantage.
men.
And think we don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You doing it with pregnancy. That's why you're mad about abortion. Why? Because you could play that card when your life was able to play that card.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you can't do that, and I'm not saying this for the women who got health issues, and we talked about this on our last show.
Right.
Nah, for the women that wanted to use that as a card to play. I saw a show on Wendy Williams. A woman stood up and said, I want to have a kid. My husband doesn't want to have one right now. What should I do? Wendy Williams said, well, I'm not going to tell you to poke a hole in the condom, but look me in my face. And she said, it's your body. You and
Your
that
body.
Bro, Wendy, I had to...
What your body got to do with
This
you?
man not wanting to have a
I mean,
child.
and you putting a hole in my condom and making me impregnate you. Like
This was a
doesn't that have to
conversation-
be like some type of rape or something.
This was-
like I want to see that woman brung up on charges. Like God, that's rape, bro.
Bro, I told my little sister, I said when my baby mama had my daughter, I said it made me step up, but then wanted to act a fool. I said I felt raped. She said, you don't understand what that feels like. I said, it's when you're being taken advantage of and you're being used, your body's being used against your will. I had to go to work. I had to drop out of college. I had to stop playing ball. I had to do something completely different with who I was because what she wanted to do sexually. She wanted to have a baby. I didn't. I said my definition of rape is any furtherance of a sexual situation without the consent of the other person involved in that sexual situation. So kissing being led to touching, the touching can be rape if the woman didn't agree to touch it. If there's touching, the woman says no sex and you force sex, that is rape. But if people are having sex and one person said they don't want to have a baby, nobody in their relationship has a right to force that or further that without the consent of this other person, without that being considered rape.
This is true.
That was just my definition. I didn't say it was a physical definition. I said how I felt.
What
The
makes
emotion.
sense, right? Logically, when you break down the
If
steps, how you just broke it down.
If I'm in a room with a woman and she said don't touch my leg, I go, bitch, please, not touch her leg. Hey, that's sexual assault. She agreed to chill with me. She didn't agree to let me feel her up.
Right.
Well, let me feel a titty. Okay, cool, but don't do nothing else. I feel a titty and I grab her ass. That's rape. I can be in her. I'm finna nut. Don't nut, get out. Oh damn, I gotta get out.
Yeah.
Or that if I nut, that's rape. I can
She
be
told-
in there.
'cause she told you no.
She said don't nut. But I can't say I don't want a baby and that don't feel like rape. I didn't say I got raped. I said it felt like a little bit.
Right.
I felt fucked, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I felt screwed.
All pun intended.
You know what I'm saying? But just get back to the point, man. When you go through stuff like that as a young man in your 20s and you make up for it in your 30s and you get on your grind, and you have a man like Kevin Samuels say, have a little respect about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, have a little. That's how you got where you were at in the first place. You didn't respect yourself, nor did you love yourself, young man. That's how you let yourself got down that road. Love yourself. Have some standards. If you'd have had some standards, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in right now.
Absolutely.
if I'd have had him back then, bruh. And my father had already told me that. But just between me beefing with my old man, bruh, I didn't have another dude. There wasn't enough men speaking.
Right.
For my father to say, well, go out there and you'll hear it. No.
To confirm what your father was
My
saying.
father was
Sometimes
the-
you need to hear that
he
confirmation.
he was the big bull.
Right.
He was the masculine. He was the alpha male everywhere I went. So he was the only one screaming that type of shit that Kevin Samuels was talking about. You don't let no woman run your house. Dude.
That's a fact.
You let something that another man that ran dick in her mouth and her ass run you. That's what that mean about that man, son. And he taught me the story of Samson and Delilah.
Right.
If you can let that woman run you and another man can run her, well, that's how another man can run you. You can't say if you let women run you that men don't run you.
Yeah. That's how I always operated though, bro. Like, as the man, like that's just it. Like I'm not gonna be ran by no woman.
And,
Like,
and
it's
by
just
ran,
not
I mean
gonna happen.
control. That doesn't
Yeah,
mean you can't
control.
cooperate. You can't. She doesn't have a voice. That just means you don't just go around with my resources and with my life, running me like you Tukey Williams and I done banged in the crib or something.
Right.
You jump me in or something. Like you don't do that, bro.
Right.
And men felt like for years because feminist women said if you don't put up with this, you're weak and you're not a man. They felt like them enduring that until they die. at
Yeah,
55.
exactly. That which is why you hear this saying that we've been hearing for years. Happy wife, happy life. And I always looked
don't
at
let-
that shit and raised the eyebrow like that shit sounds
Do you know what that
stupid.
means? Do you know what that
because
means?
you're gonna elaborate afterwards.
go ahead.
But every fucking man that I know that was married prior to me ever experiencing marriage used to kick that same shit. You get what I'm saying? Like happy wife, happy life. But guess what? They was fucking miserable, bro. Like I'm talking about these niggas that wanted to do extra hours at work, not for the pay.
just not
They
to
didn't
go
want to
home.
go home, bro. We used to
Have a nigga
leave
pass the
work,
block twice.
we used to leave work, go get a couple drinks at the bar. Motherfuckers wanted to stay there 4 or 5 hours,
till
like
4 in the
trying to
morning.
avoid going home.
Yeah,
So
man.
where like by the time I go home, shit, all I gotta do is eat and go to bed. Like,
Because it's not happy wife, happy life, bro.
Exactly. It's happy if you're doing anything and everything to make yourself happy. I mean, make your wife happy. Then 9 times out of 10, and I'm gonna say 10 times out of 10, you're miserable. Why? Because you do not want to do everything that your wife want to do.
Well,
you do not think the same exact way that your woman think. Like there's certain things. Like I've been in situations and with married couple where the man wanted to do something, and the woman gave him an eye, and it's like,
Just look
oh
at
yeah,
that.
let me put
That-
this back.
I
And
called it
I'm
that
like,
Jada Pinkett. That Jada Pinkett.
You're a fucking sucker, and I'm not even talking. I'm not even talking about
I'm
that
just saying,
extent,
though,
because
that
you
what happened,
literally
though.
went upstairs and smiled. I'm talking about from the
I
perspective
can't
of
go
like
with y'all. I can't
picking
go.
up something at the
Yeah.
grocery store and it's like you get an eye and it's like, oh yeah, let me put this back, and it's like what?
Boy, you's a hoe. And
Yeah.
and trust me, my dad taught me that them type of men don't make women come no way. He said, son, you gonna sacrifice her happiness for the ability to make her nut.
Yeah.
He said, and then she ain't gonna be happy with you sexually. He said, then she gonna leave for sure.
Yeah.
He said, you can sit up there and go back and forth with her for years. As long as you don't quit, she excited.
Yeah,
she
and
gonna get off on
I'm
you.
gonna tell a secret to you sucker ass niggas out there that operate like that too.
Yeah, that shit
you know what I mean?
lame.
Women that be in relationships like that, like they stay in relationships with niggas that they could walk over, but at the end of the day, they don't respect.
And then if
Men
they
that
don't
they can
respect
walk
you,
over.
they don't get
And
off
if
on
they-
you, bro.
Exactly. And if they don't respect you and they don't get off on you, then 9 times out of 10,
She gonna play
somebody else gonna be sleeping in your bed, like Cisco said.
Yeah. And it was a woman in that video. It was a whole female. I had my first time seeing Dyke Love. You know, I looked at that video as a little kid. Oh, it was a woman? I asked my mom about that. Mama, she cheated on him with a woman? Yeah, women do that. Oh, Lord. You know, that was my first time. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not he was bringing in flowers and candy in that video. You can't be that, man. They done told you a million times they don't want that. But they don't need no dude that's rude. They need a man like Kevin Samuels. You don't need no man that's
somebody
gonna
that's
beat you.
balanced.
But that has a standard,
Yeah.
and that's meeting it,
Right.
And that's gonna always meet you at least halfway where he telling you to be at. You feel what I'm saying? How can you ever be mad at a man that's preaching that to men? To have standards, and then like I say, I get back to my point I made earlier. When men have no standards, and we do look at all women like they're divine, we find out y'all don't even look at women like that when we cheat. That hoe a cracker. That hoe, I know her last baby daddy. He said she was this and that third. That hoe nappy headed. She don't even keep no perm. That bitch broke. She ain't got no education. Look at her car. Look at that bitch picket toe. Look at who you gonna date a woman with picket toe like that? Bitch got ugly feet. You got the bitch feet all in the pictures like they pretty. I mean, y'all would talk about a woman like a dog. All we gotta do to unlock that is cheat. That's it. Let you see another woman as valuable as the woman that you have. And a woman will teach you not to respect all women the same. A woman will teach you to have standards. A woman will teach you to judge another woman. Just cheat. Just cheat. You cheated with that bald headed bitch. Hey, women shave their head all the time. Bitch, bald headed. You talk to bald headed hoes. Boop, boop. And she gonna post on Facebook. Look, this bald headed scatterwag he with. But if I would have had a respect and stand and say I don't talk to bald headed women. Oh, look, this type of nigga don't talk to bald.
Right,
Because women get a lot of alopecia. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't want to talk to her. You gonna have a side woman that got 3 kids by 3 different baby daddies. he back there talking to Patrice, girl. Patrice with 3 kids, 3. That's what he can get. But then Patrice out there that got her a job at State Farm, and now she posting little Jim and them. Now they 13, 14. She kind of got shit together. Now Patrice on Kevin Samuels show saying, Kevin Samuels said, "Don't no man want no woman with 3 kids, 3 different baby daddies." All the women can say, Patrice got a chance.
Disrespect, yeah. Yeah, you disrespecting her, her, but that wasn't that the same Patrice that they were just cursing you out about for cheating with. That bitch got 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. She don't even know her 3rd baby daddy.
Don't even know that nigga. But a man's supposed to accept something. You look down as a woman and you feel like you're better than her as a woman.
Right.
Whether it be looks, way of life, financial goals, they judge each other harder than Kevin Samuels ever could.
So it's safe to say that women got a fake sisterhood shit going on that they try to flaunt when it's beneficial to them.
On the front.
Right. But then behind closed
they
doors,
hate
they
each other.
shitting on women.
They hate each other worse than men ever could, and that's why they can't share men, because they could stand up for another woman to benefit from something that they're benefiting from.
Right.
That is the only reason why they have a problem with polygamy, but they're not tripping about having sexual liberated relationships before marriage.
Right.
So you don't mind that your man has slept around a little bit and you done slept around a little bit. So ultimately, y'all spirits are still attached to those other souls. No, you just don't want the woman financially benefiting from him. You're selfish against other women. Cheating ain't even about men cheating, bro. If it was, everybody be virgins. Because guess what? That power is in control of a woman. Cheat is about the fact that women don't want to share resources between men, between each other. It ain't about us, bro. Yeah. It's not about us. Mm-hmm. You're not that special. If you was that special, your woman would say, well, you got another baby mama, I want you. Because she done had you before. You got your woman accepts you. Yeah. But she also got the resources.
She easily say I was a leftover, right?
You got resources though. You was making what? Well, when you met your old lady, some nice change. That's all we gonna say. Some nice change. You was straight. You was financially straight leftovers. You feel me? But at the same time, bro, when we sit down and tell women we need more of this, bro, we need more of men pushing for better, but also we need to raise the standard so that when we have a good woman, we know we got it. We don't just feel like we got a woman because we got a woman.
Right.
Especially when we arguing with y'all, when we going back and forth with y'all, when we not getting cooperation, when you are showing us that y'all showing us y'all don't need us, that we are an option. Well, when the woman with 3 kids need us, how can we not be attracted to that, bro? When we have no standards that is trying to be taught to us by Kevin Samuels.
Right.
It get deeper than just what he had to say. It's about men cheating too. They cheat. They have no standards, bro. Right. And they're not allowed to. So it's easy for a woman to come and play her head and make a man think that she's something. And then for your woman to go through the phone and say, while we having hard times, you thinking this side woman is something, really she's this. I can't see that. Because from dealing with you, all I'm taught to see is as a woman, I can't see her negatively. I can't judge her. I can't put her on no standard.
Right.
I can't say these women go here and these women go here. So guess what? You and LaQuisha, y'all the same. She fucked everybody in the hood. Are you a virgin? I slept with one dude before. What's LaQuisha then? You not a virgin. I gotta look at all y'all the same now. Women divine, femininity. I gotta sleep with her to make her feel as important as you. That's why she want me. She want to feel like you. All y'all to say what y'all told her, that she was just like you, that she had a chance. I'm her chance.
Right. And that's the lie. That's the false sense of hope, because the reality of it is, if you're 350 pounds, 280 pounds, you got 3 or 4 kids from 3 different baby daddies, you making $30,000-$40,000 a year. What the fuck make you think that you're gonna get, or that you're even worthy of getting someone that's making $300,000-$400,000 a year, a few $1 million a year, you know what I mean, with no kids,
and you're not
nothing, got everything going for them? Like, what gives you the right? Because you're a woman?
But flip it.
Just because you're a woman, you feel like, so what, that I got 4 kids and I'm 280, that man that's single, that's handsome and cut and fit and no kids, and he got $300,000, that nigga need me? Or he needs to take me, or he discriminating? Like what type of,
but flip it,
what type of fake reality are they living in? Like, I'm starting to think that the metaverse was here way before this shit invented itself, or it came
radio player.
People been living in this fake world for a long time, bro.
But Kevin
and that's
Samuels,
not the reality.
But Kevin Samuels' point was flip that. Go get a woman that makes $300,000-$400,000 a year that has no children, that has her whole life ahead of her, and go get a man named Ray Ray that got 3-4 different baby mamas that work at as a diesel mechanic, not own the shop, work for the shop. And let's say Ray Ray make about $40,000-$50,000 a year as a diesel mechanic, and he's on child support for 3 different kids. But he's a good man. He's a Christian man. He's revived. He keep himself shaved. He got a decent home. He got good credit. Ray Ray can be something with your $300,000-$400,000.
That's a fact.
You gonna build up
Invest
Ray
in
Ray?
Ray Ray.
You gonna invest in Ray Ray?
Nope,
No. That's
hell
why
no.
we ain't shit now as black men. Our black women go get all the money in the world.
So,
and
wait. So are you saying that when a black woman's making $200,000-$300,000 a year, she's looking for a man that makes that or more? And then when a black woman making $40,000 to $50,000 a year, she's still looking for the type of man that the woman that's making $300,000 a year is looking for?
All-
Is that what I'm hearing?
all while saying we don't deserve more respect than them as men.
Or while saying we can't determine that we don't want a woman that already have kids, or we don't want a woman that already been here or been there, or so we can't have those type of standards for ourselves.
Bro, you done messed
but
up. Let me go in.
But you
Go
can
ahead.
have
This man just,
everything that you feel you need,
so you can
even if you're not at a specific point in your life successfully, financially or anything else like that.
Hold on. You
It's
just
something I added up,
I just got. So you just told me you
Something
can't
I
judge
added
a
up.
woman's sexual past, but when it comes to you being married and going to the strip club, you should look at those women like there's something sexually wrong with them because they're shaking their ass for every man. Is that what you just said?
That's not what I just said. But I speak on what you talking about.
No, well, repeat what you said when it came to the section.
What I was saying was just simply a woman, because I was talking about financial status now.
Yeah.
A woman that's making $300,000 a year, no kids,
But you
degrees, she's on her shit.
But you spoke on a man, not one a woman that had been here, that had been there.
Okay, yeah,
So I'm
right.
talking about a woman's sexual past. So what I inferred with that was they don't like men who want to be concerned about their body count and where they slept with and all that.
Right.
Yet they get with men and they're totally concerned about him being faithful. And if he goes to even a strip club, they look down on him and the woman in the strip club who might be young, going through her whole phase. You know what I'm saying? They look down at both of them because he's going to access that and she's providing that. Meanwhile, this woman has experienced that and don't only want that to be questioned. So you're not, as a man, you're not even allowed to question a woman's sexual past.
Right.
Yet when you look at a woman while you're in a relationship, like just because she's a hoe doesn't matter, she's still a woman. Why do you, no, she's a hoe. Hold on, why do y'all get defined as hoes, but we don't? That's where I was getting at.
Yeah.
And that's what I heard when you said, because that thought had crossed my mind before. Like, hold on, women get to define what a hoe is these days. It's not that there's not a definition to a hoe. Only women get to say what that is now.
Well, it seems like women only get to say a whole lot of shit now. It seems like men don't
we
got
can shut
too
the
much
fuck
to
up and
fucking
work.
Say word.
And
That-
be that ingredient.
Hey, I hadn't said a single word, okay?
Yeah, come on, Cat, speak.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
want to
I
hear
mean-
your voice.
I
Let
mean-
the ladies hear your
let
voice.
the ladies
Cat.
hear your voice.
What you think?
She the Holy Spirit of the show.
Kevin Samuels be celebrated, Cat.
What I think is we've encompassed every single show that we've ever done in this show here, from polygamy, abortion to all the above. And I still have to agree with pretty much everything y'all say. I really do. Like, I'm not your typical woman, like I feel for my guys. I think that we as, like you said, the divine feminine energy need to get our shit together,
Right.
I feel bad for y'all. I'm sorry.
Goddamn thing.
It's like we're on our period 24,
24/7, 360.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So-
and what's crazy is not every woman like this, bro. Like, and I hate that. And I swear, it's more women that's not like. It's like a 60-40. That 40% just kicking ass.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like 60% of women are in their femininity, bro. They are submissive. They've been heartbroken before too. Still willing to get in a relationship and trust
And try. Yep,
and try.
yep, yep.
I mean, dog.
I agree.
You have and they're in shape. They're educated. There are no men available. Hence, they are the leftovers. Like we pointed out earlier, it's just no men available, baby. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go to the white culture or the Mexican culture, they still being locked up too. Fentanyl is real. Meth is real. I mean, there are no men available. Men do drugs more than women statistically, even though stats don't matter. I don't know if they're going to argue with that stat. But we do drugs more statistically. So there just aren't any men available. So why
Because life is harder for us statistically. Like
stressful.
life
More
is more
stressful.
stressful for men
It's more
than
stressful.
it is for women. That's
stress
how,
kill you. So people like, why would you do drugs? Well, drugs allow you to just not sit up there. You're gonna die the same amount of time for stress. You know what I'm saying? If you sit up there and stress out and don't, you know what I'm saying, take a drug or nothing like that, that stress is gonna kill you the same. So unless you can eliminate the stress, there's no point in eliminating the drug habit. You're gonna die the same.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna die the same way.
I was literally having a
might as well go out
conversation.
like Rick James. You know
Literally
what
have
I'm
a
saying?
conversation with a lady on Clubhouse, right? And we was talking about the whole Kevin Samuels thing and black men, black women, and so on and so forth. And we got to this conversation where she was like basically saying, you know, oh, you know, stop worrying about what we doing, what women doing over here. Like, I'm in a fraternity and all our sisters, we come together and we talk about, you know, what we need to change as women.
They
Y'all
plotting,
men
planning.
need to just
They've
focus
been doing
on
that since slumber parties.
right.
and
So
since
they like, man,
sleepovers.
you need to just focus on yourself
They told us sleepovers was gay.
and stay out of what we doing and stay out of what we doing and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Right. And so she goes on to say, y'all are behind in the school system. Y'all behind in the job force.
Why y'all
like,
been
all
our
this other
mother and
stuff,
our
right?
only parent the last 5
Right.
generations.
So my thing is this, and what she said was accurate, and I know that because that's been my talking point in previous conversations. Statistic wise, women do dominate in the workforce. They do dominate in the education system. They do have the justice system on their side, whether it's being using them against a man or whether it's just be, you know, favorable in favor
For
of
them.
women, right? And you got all of these things going on, but yet and still the overall push is protect black women, protect women. But it's like, damn, y'all leading in all the
Y'all the leaders.
statistical category area. Y'all thriving in every area.
They've been the
it's
leaders
like
of the slave shacks.
we the one who voice is being silenced. We the one
Being
who's
locked
down
up.
here being locked up, being harassed. Like all these different things going on with men, but yet and still the push and the narrative is protect women. And I'm trying to see like, this is a genuine question. I want to know, protect them from what?
You an insurance plan. Let me speak.
What are we protecting them from?
Let me speak. You want to ask a question? I'm going to tell you like I tell Let me go tell you.
Tell me, yeah.
Let me tell you. You are by protecting black women. You like car insurance protection. You like housing and protection. They got it until they don't. When they don't have it, for a minimum fee, you come clean up all the mess and you get them back on the road to independence. And you get back in the glove box after she makes an insurance claim. So I lose my job, you pay the bills until I get another job and get independent again. But until then, don't tell me shit. I don't want to hear shit. This is why I've been around the whole time anyway. For just the day I fall off, I can make a claim with your resources. I can make a claim with your life. You clean this shit up, and I get right back to talking and walking my own shit like I never needed you in the goddamn first place. You're an insurance claim, bro. That's what they're starting to realize, that men don't want to be an insurance claim anymore. You only got me you got it, but you want a man just in case something happened. And men are tired of that because we get tired of sitting in that goddamn glove box emotionally. You don't care about me. You don't feed into me. You think everything I do is done? Why are you watching wrestling? You need to like wrestling too. God damn it, if I'm watching wrestling, your ass need to be jumping off the sofa with me. Just to make me feel like I'm important. Ain't that what you want me to do when I go pick them lame ass flowers? Let's go pick hand flowers. There's ants in there. Don't worry about the goddamn. Come on, girl. Meet me. But see, they don't emotionally meet men halfway. Before you know it, they become emotionally spoiled, and we do it to them. We come into the relationship trying to prove and show them that we're so worthy. This is what Kevin Samuels was talking about. We try to show them that we're so worthy that we forget to ask them to show us that they're worthy.
Right.
And we just die. And before you know it, 5 years into that, we're not happy. It's not those women's fault that we're not. We started that.
Right.
You did that. And that's
Right.
the accountability that Kevin Samuels was talking about. You need to take accountability and stop telling the woman to. If you open that door to always spoiling your woman, always listening to her, let her run you, Nick, don't close it.
Yeah.
If you go close, walk out. Don't try to. That's what you started as a man.
Yeah.
This is why he said have standards.
Right.
And he might not have been perfect. The man wasn't no angel. He wasn't no saint. We didn't ask him to be Jesus of Nazareth.
Nah. We didn't ask him to be a leader neither. Like, people start throwing these titles on people. The reality of it is he was bringing a refreshing message
To men.
He was bold. He was stating it how it is, and a lot of what he said was accurate. That's the reality of it. It ain't about him being no leader. It ain't about him being the savior. It ain't about you
Your
talking about,
God.
oh, that's your God. Like, women always got this thing where they try,
Gaslighting.
They try to make you
Gaslight,
feel guilty for liking something. So they
No,
try to
for
say,
supporting the black man.
or support, right.
you
How
can like what you want to like.
I feel
Don't support
guilty. I
another
can't
dude.
support my brother.
I had women telling me you pulling this, and they put the purple cucumber emoji. I thought they banned. They must be on Androids. That's what I told them. I said, 'cause that's banned on my iPhone. I was gonna tell y'all to suck my purple pickle emoji, and I can't find it.
They took it off iPhone.
They
bro?
must- hey, look. when
It's
they
because
saw-
it's called an eggplant,
Hey,
not
look,
a pickle.
Purple pickle, eggplant.
Eggplant.
When they told me I was pulling eggplant, I tried to tell them suck eggplant and couldn't find eggplant on iPhone. So I told them they got Android. You get me? Because ain't no eggplant on this new iPhone right now. I got 2 iPhones. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I ain't on there. I went to I logged out of Facebook on one phone, got on Facebook on the other phone, still couldn't
Still
find the
find
purple
purple
peanut
eggplant.
Couldn't find the purple little pickle little more. That's what we call it in the hood, purple pickle. You feel what I'm saying? I know it's a zucchini or something, y'all. It's a purple pickle, eggplant, whatever, man. It's a purple pickle. You feel what I'm saying? That purple pickle. I was gonna tell them suck one. You feel what I'm saying? Talking about I'm pulling on them. No, I'm agreeing with his message.
Right.
If you say 2 + 2 = 4, and I say, yep,
Right.
that's right.
And then they try to run he's a hypocrite and he was this, that, and the third. And it's like, yo, listen, like we got to get to the point where people be putting too much credibility into individuals' personal lives to where that doesn't taint a valid message.
Okay.
If the message is valid, I don't give a fuck if he was married 5 times and divorced.
If a crackhead
his
tell you don't
message
do
is
crack.
valid, his message is valid. Because here's the thing. Steve Harvey was divorced twice, but y'all listen to every motherfucking thing Steve Harvey tell
he
y'all.
wrote a book, and y'all
Exactly.
bought it, made movies
Exactly.
off of it.
Let's talk about Derek Jackson, the one that finagled y'all. Women was loving this man. He was telling you all the things that
wanted to
men,
hear.
Yeah, all the things you wanted to
If
hear.
he's not doing this, then girl,
then
let
he's
him
there.
go.
If he doesn't text
Meanwhile,
you
he
back
got
in
his
2
wife in the
minutes,
house
that
pimped.
mean he have somebody on the side
His
of him.
wife in the background like this getting pimped.
Right, and she cheating on his wife and all that, and y'all find all that out, and it's like women. What it is women want to be pandered to. They want shit sugar coated, and they want you to tell them what they want to hear. Because what they want to hear to them is the truth. But when you tell them that what they need to hear, yeah, something wrong.
You
with
can die.
You out of goddamn line.
You can die. Like
Yeah, God killing you
like,
is a karma.
Yeah,
because
and-
you out of
bro,
line.
I
Like,
heard,
that shit is
I
crazy.
had so many women say God don't like ugly. I said I can't wait to see what he do to y'all for after y'all did us like y'all did us.
And you know what? It's a perfect segue to go into the Vivica Fox clip, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Because she's like, oh man, just distasteful. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
just go ahead and play it, man. let the film run.
This man was a hypocrite, in my honest opinion. He really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, it was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality, rest in peace.
Well, damn. Vivica A. Fox, she ain't hold nothing back. Like, she going in on Kevin Samuels, even in his passing. She said, basically,
Overall,
she said,
I
"She
just
don't
wanted
like
to
what you
get,
said
I just wanted to
about
get
women,
that
about
take,
black women." So,
right? And this is the part, right, we about to go WWE, right, on them right now. So we about to tag team.
I feel like X.
We about to tag team this
feel like
situation. So
X-Pac.
when I tag you in, bro,
I'ma
just
come
get
in.
ready, okay?
I'm gonna
So
come in.
so the first thing I'm gonna say about Vivica's statement is she seemed very triggered. Very triggered because when she hit that 38 mark and you're not married and stuff, like, yeah, she's over 38.
Well
Definitely
over.
over
She's
38.
50,
She's
over
not
50.
married. You get what I'm saying?
She's over 50 with
she's
no
over
kids.
50. You get what I'm saying? And
No kids.
exactly. And it's like, I noticed that a lot. These women get triggered. And when stuff hit close to home, they get offended by it. So, Vivica, I'm going to tell you, like, what you said was very distasteful. It's not true. You get what I'm saying? And what Kevin Samuels was doing was holding up a mirror to a lot of women. And a lot of women, when they seen that reflection in that mirror, they got pissed off and they wanted to ridicule this man and say foolish shit like she said, which was he got his karma by, you know, being
Dying
killed. Like
at
that
the
was
average
the
black
most
man's age. He
Yeah,
didn't
that was
get-
the most, you know,
From a heart
ridiculous,
attack. This man
distasteful.
died of natural causes, bro.
Yeah. So
Go
it's
ahead.
like, you know what? Matter of fact, let me
Man, this
Tag you
man
in, bro.
died of natural causes. Hell wrong with this lady, bro. People gonna receive karma for speaking their opinion out into the world, man. That's how you understand we're gonna go into a totalitarian state in the United States. Because right now you have people like Vivica Fox saying you should die and karma should come kill you for having an opinion about speaking on black women as a black man. Okay,
insane.
cool. Let's run it both ways. Let's let every woman that's ever had an opinion on a black man, and even though we are the most struggling man in the world because of our conditions, and you talk about us like we're dogs.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to see what karma does to you.
Let them croak them all.
And
Because
what
that's
if-
what they said. Karma is death now.
Yeah, karma is death.
So
now.
if you ever say all men dogs and all men ain't shit, and you ever push that narrative, like,
yeah,
you know,
you can die too.
yeah. I'm just saying.
no, I mean,
I'm just trying to level the playing field.
That's what
here.
that's what they
it.
say. You can die, and then they talk about black men hate us.
I don't hate my mama. I don't hate my daughter. I don't hate my lady. I don't hate my sisters.
I
I don't
love
hate
that
my
you
aunt.
did that.
I don't hate no black women.
All
But
this-
I'm not opposed to telling black women the goddamn truth.
And it's only between relationship status. Think about how many different relationships it is in the black community. You have mother and son, granddaughter and grandfather. You have uncle and niece. You have cousin to cousin. You have brother to sister. I mean, you have stepbrother, stepsister. You got god brother, god sister when they're adopted. You got church family. These are all relationships that women have with men outside of what? Sexual interaction. Okay? You take the one type of relationship you have with a man in life, sexual interaction, which you saying you're liberated enough to choose when you're going to do it and when you're not going to do it. And the end result is I can die.
Right.
If you don't get what you want out of this sexual liberation.
Right. Or I don't love my mama or my
Because I
sisters
can't get
in
along
this
with you
because-
in a sexual
Right.
situation.
Right.
Tag me in. Tag me in.
Oh
tag
yeah,
me in.
you
Tag.
tag.
All
You
right.
tag.
Tag.
So,
Oh, what?
We got some comments in our YouTube chat box right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, let's go through
We have someone saying, "Remember, men, most modern women don't care about your struggles. They just hang out to the finish line, and they'll take care of that. They'll take the house, the cars, the pension, and the kids." And then he also says he won't lose women chasing excellence, but you won't achieve excellence chasing women.
He didn't say money. He said excellence, man. The best of yourself is not money. You know what I'm saying? You might be the cat that the best you'll ever make it is $50,000 a year. Well, if it's just you, do the cat that's making $400,000 a year with a family of 5, and you just by yourself making $50,000 a year.
Right.
You're living way better than him. He got the
Absolutely.
status. He might have the car note in the house. He might have the bills. You're saving way more money than him by being a single man making $50K a year. So understand what excellence is. Until you have reached to a supreme point in life, you don't need to be with nobody, bro. And that's what Kevin Samuels was saying. He said women wouldn't treat you like that if you want to try to be with them before you've reached your pinnacle as a man.
Right. Right.
Get somewhere, bro. Become something. Do something with. Stop letting a woman accept you like that. You shouldn't even want a woman to accept you.
And understand that you are the prize. You are the prize.
'Cause you're the provider.
I want to take this time out to acknowledge our viewers and thanks for the comments that y'all put in
Thank you
there.
for the comments,
We
man. Please like and
appreciate it.
subscribe. Thank you for
Yeah.
the comments. Please continue to comment.
Yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna keep bringing y'all that content. But yeah, you're right, bro. Because it's like, you know, you got we got to do better. Like that's
We
the
have
reality
to.
of it.
And he said
like,
that.
even though we up here and we staying what we staying and we're stating what we're stating and we're speaking to black women primarily because like we played the clips and there a lot of them have been like on his ass after his death and stuff. But that doesn't mean that we're sitting here acting like all black men got the shit together. Like. So the
No.
reality is,
I
as
said
a
we in last
community,
place.
we all need to get together and just stepping out of the black man, black woman zone, just stepping out of that box and just understanding that men and women. You get what I'm saying? We're at this place in society where there's a large gap between men and women, just like there's a gap between the wealth between different ethnicities and so on and so forth. So we all got shit to work on. We all got shit that we need to do better, and we all need to get it together. But what I've been hearing these last couple of days since Kevin Samuels died, and even prior to his death, but more so after his death, like the outrage and the women that have been coming after him and tearing him down, it's just like it's distasteful. It's no class to what y'all doing, and it's just like. It is what it is. We got to do better as people.
Yeah, as people. And I want to express that when you have people like Kevin Samuels express his opinion as a man, but he's speaking on women. He spoke on men and women. He spoke on black people, period. But when he expresses his opinion on women, and women say, we can't stand him, we hate him, we glad he's dead. Then you have women like Love Dorsey.
Right.
Who people accuse this
Right.
woman of being one of Kevin Samuels' love child. They say this is Kevin Samuels spawn. They say she's the female version of Kevin Samuels on YouTube. That's what she's been declared. She doesn't self-proclaim that. That's what people are go watch her video. When you have women like Love Dorsey saying the same
Shout
thing,
out to you, Love Dorsey.
So shout out to Love Dorsey, man, because you are the reason why so many men can sit up there and say, no, there are real women out there, man. I don't have to deal with this artificial Barbie doll, everything's about you, fairy tale bullcrap. There's women out there that understand that I'm broke today, I can be rich tomorrow if you invest in me. There's women that understand that I deserve respect today just because I'm not the man I'm supposed to be today.
Right.
I don't mean morally.
Right.
I mean, yes, I need to be paying bills, but if you're going to be with me before I'm that, understand there's a bill. Don't meet me at the finish line, meet me at the starting line.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? If you're trying to meet me at the finish line, then I'm going to treat you like something I'm just going to start and finish in a day anyway. Because I know you didn't genuinely come here and make it up with me. You know what I'm saying? And do this with me to come up with me.
Right.
You just coming over here to enjoy my resources. You feel what I'm saying? She speaks on how women don't know how to respect a man. They don't know how to talk to men. They don't know how to make a man feel like a man. And this is a woman.
A woman, exactly, and she's raw.
And
she's unadulterated,
Oh, my
and
Lord, I
she's
love
giving
her,
it to
dog.
you straight, right?
She's not ugly. She's very beautiful.
Right, absolutely.
I mean,
And-
she's very attractive.
And on our show, like we're not haters. Like this is another influencer, and we're plugging her. So we want you
Yeah.
to go follow her on Facebook. Go follow her on Instagram.
Instagram is Love Dorsey.
You know, she kicks a good message, and she speaks to women from a woman
Point of view.
From a woman's point of view, her perspective on what's going on in relationships and things with black men. And we're gonna run some footage from her in a while. We'll let you know, and we're gonna play some clips from her just to give you an idea, of how she's coming and how she's bringing and how she's delivering it. And what I see from a lot of women is they don't like mirrors to be held up to them
By nobody.
And by nobody, whether it's a man or a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that when it comes from men and it come in a certain tonality, then they have a problem with it. If it come from a woman, they're gonna have a problem with the tonality depending on how she bringing it. But even if she bringing it in a loving manner, they would still disagree with it. And I would like to reference that with Shahrazad Ali, because Shahrazad Ali, our sister, has been doing this work for over 50 years. Like the shit-
Articulate.
exactly,
Yeah.
articulate with love, telling women, about men and how men need to be handled, treated, and valued and respected. She's been saying this over 50 years ago. You get what I'm saying? Like so. And she was, ridiculed and devalued and talked about and all of that, and she did it out of love. So it's not the tonality. They're using that as the excuse.
To not
the
accept the
reality of it is they don't want to accept the truth. They don't want to look the truth in his eye. They don't want to look at that mirror and see that reflection and be like, I have to deal with this person. They don't want to see that.
But they want to find somebody that would deal with the person they don't want to deal with.
Right.
That's the crazy.
Oh, man.
That's what
how
makes
hard
it so
was that, bro?
And that's what makes it so hard to be with a person that can't hear their truth. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first time I was dealing with my high school sweetheart, and she told me, she said, man, you was playing games the whole time. You was on, we had MySpace back then, playing games on MySpace. You know what I'm saying? You talking to other little girls from other little schools and all that. And I told her, I said, yeah, I was. You know what? I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I can't continue to expect you to be with me knowing you got your whole life ahead of you. And I'm out here doing whole shit. This obviously going to be the man I'm going to be. But I had to accept it. I couldn't gaslight her and say, well, you're never there. You did that. Nah, it wasn't like that, bro. I had to accept the ugly side of me, bro. And I had to do that so many times, even with my mama. My mama told me.
And that wasn't the ugly side of you, bro.
But it's still
that was
it's
you.
something I did.
That was you exercising your options. Something you did that was right.
But at
the
the
end
same
of the day,
time-
high school sweetheart or not, like at high school,
Yeah.
right? In high school, you're supposed to be exploring options. You're supposed to be learning people. You're supposed to be understanding the different individuals that's out there and trying to get a feel for which type of individual fits, who you are.
Yeah.
Like just jumping with someone, oh, we're attracted to each other. I like you. Okay, we're 16, 17. Now it's time to be committed for the next 6-7 years of my life. And it's like, no, like I wouldn't advocate that to my kids. I don't advocate that to my
Yeah,
kids.
that's
Now,
not
I'm
real.
not advocating for you to go out there, tell somebody, yeah, we in a relationship, and then you go out there and do them dirty. What I'm advocating for is stay out of relationships.
Yeah, but I was in
Stay
one.
out of relationship. Just
Yeah.
talk, you know what I mean?
I
Talk
was
to
in one
whoever
with
you're
it.
going to talk to and explore and learn. Learn yourself,
Mm-hmm.
first and foremost, but then also learn that there's different type of individuals out there,
Yeah.
and you don't have to settle.
You don't have to settle for that. You know what I'm saying? But throughout the whole experience, one thing I learned, man, I learned that it hurt me for her to have to like throw the messages that she caught You know what I'm saying? When she had pictures of the messages that she had read between me and other women. And I had to read the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling her, now I want to be with you, I want to do all this. And I had to read the shit. And that's like the only relationship I went through this in. When a woman sit up there and say, I got the text message between you and another woman is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And you got to, man, you got to eat your shit right now, bro. You got to face that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This what you told her. Meet me at the hotel at 3 o'clock. Yeah, that's what I told the ratchet bitch. Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But why can't you do? That's what a woman wants you to do.
Yeah.
A woman goes to your phone so that you have to see who you are. She tells your mother on you so that you have to hear from your mother who you are. She tells your kids on you so that you have to look as a father and look at your kids out and let you see the disappointed your kids are because they know who you are. Yet, and I don't understand why. This is why I don't agree with a woman snooping through your phone, because they cannot stand when you go looking for their insecurities. They can't stand, and I mean sinful insecurities, as in the things you did wrong in the past that somebody can judge and question your character for. You will kill somebody if they get a hold of that. Like the CIA, you'll kill them.
Right, you
Because
said
I
you-
have gotten hold of some information from my baby mama before. Boy, I got a black eye. I said, you talking to him. I said, boy, she fed me before I could even show her the phone. And she took, I said, take it, stop whooping me. Because I had information on that I can go show somebody else and say, look, this is who she really is. And that's all women do. They say, I gotta snoop, I gotta know. No, you have to be able to tell somebody that and make me face my truth. Well, that's cool. Why are you mad at Kevin Samuels? The go through the phone era should end when Kevin Samuels died, because we don't face truth no more in 2022. We don't face truth. So don't go through my phone. Don't go through my emails. I'm just going, as long as I act like I'm a good dude, just take that. Why? Because if I was to try to show you who you were right now, you would get angry. You would get argumentative. You know what I'm saying? You would get distant.
Well, you said something that was key, something that stood out, and I think we need to address that, because there are a lot of women that get upset with their man or in relationship with their man, and things happen, personal, adult shit, and they bring it to the kids' attention. And I feel like that's totally wrong and that's totally out of line. So as far as like they'll tell your kids because they want the kids to know who you are, like at the end of the day, this doesn't depict to my kids who I am.
Just like
This
their
has-
past doesn't determine who they are, and their
because-
sins doesn't determine who they are. So
Absolutely.
why are you telling my kids who the fuck I am outside of my
because
kids?
what you're doing is you're trying to recruit alliances. Now you want to bring divide in the house, and you want the kids to look at daddy in a negative light. And what y'all doing in all reality is y'all are ruining the relationship between a child or children and their father.
Or you're trying to-
because at the end of the day, we're not coming to our kids telling them, hey, mommy and daddy got busy last night when y'all was sleeping. We was doing it in the shower.
Don't kiss
We
your
not
mama.
doing that.
Don't kiss
But
your mama
if you
this
go through
morning.
my phone and you find out that something happened, now you're gonna go tell my kids some adult relationship shit that they shouldn't have. They shouldn't be
Do you
privy
know
to.
why? Because of your sins, you shouldn't be able to look. Nobody should look at you like you're a good father. Because your sins, nobody should look at you like you're a good son or a good
Yeah,
person.
but
her sins shouldn't mean that nobody should look at her like she's a hoe. Her sins shouldn't mean that nobody should look at her like she's
It's too
unvalued.
much contradiction. Too much contradiction. We gonna go to a quick break.
They got a headache.
Because got a
That's
migraine
a
talking about
motherfucker.
this shit.
Oh, because
No, but-
if you discover a woman, before we go to break,
Yeah.
I have discovered woman's deepest, darkest secrets in relationships. Like I've went through the emails. I was young. I went through the phone. When I showed those women that, it was war. It wasn't no, I'm sorry, you're right. No, it was destroy that. You're not gonna show that to other people.
Yeah.
And then they lied about it. I mean, I literally had to.
And then make you feel bad because now the whole talking point goes to, well, if you go and go through my phone, you wouldn't have seen it.
Something you
So
could
now
tell them
it's
as a
like
man.
you violated because you went through the phone. So fuck what you seen. We gonna stick on the fact that you violated for going through my phone, and it's just avoiding the conflict. It's just deflecting. And we're gonna go to break real quick. We're gonna play this video from Love Dorsey.
Yeah, man, we gonna
Right.
go to break.
Big shout out to Love Dorsey, and y'all, when we come back from it, we'll discuss it and go further from there.
That's right.
What's up, y'all? So listen, I had to tell y'all about this one, right? So my homeboy called me the other day, like out the blue. So he was like, "Love, I need to talk to you, man." So I'm like, "What's up?" He was like, "Man, I done talked to a few other females about this, but me and my baby mama, like, we be going through it bad, man." He was like, "The shit getting so bad." He was like, "Man, I just don't know what to do." So he explained to me their situation and shit, and it's really just a typical situation where the baby mama bitter, and he probably done did some shit when they was together that, wasn't right or whatever. I don't know too much about his past or whatever, but I know every time I talk to him, it ain't a conversation that go by that he don't mention something about his kids or whatever. So he explained it, man, I really do love her, but because of all the animosity and the negative shit that's said, I know I can't never be with her again. So he like, man, the shit bothering me because it's getting to the point where it's affecting the way we able to take care of the kids and shit. He was like, man, I try. He was like, man, I know I ain't perfect and shit, and I know it's some shit I done did that's wrong and shit like that, but man, the shit she be saying to a nigga, man, that shit crazy, man. He like, man, sometimes I really be finding myself sitting around thinking, am I that bad of a nigga? Like, am I that bad of a person? Am I that bad of a father to make a bitch say some of the stuff that she say to me? So you know me, I'm like, well, what you mean? He was like, man, do you know this girl one time told me I was a fucking deadbeat because she had something to do and she called me to watch our daughter and called me on short notice and I had to work. Like a regular working job on the schedule. And because I couldn't watch her, like I'm told I'm a deadbeat. Anything that don't go by the beat of her tune, I get called all these names and shit. He was like, man, she don't understand, man, that shit hurt. Like, man, I don't say it, but man, I be sitting around thinking, am I really a deadbeat? Like, am I that bad of a person? So you know me, I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold up. Give me her phone number. I want her number. So you know, in my mind, I'm knowing this nigga not finna give me his baby mama phone number because if he bitch would, after I get done talking to her, you probably won't never get to see your kids. But in my mind, I'm just thinking, give me this bitch phone number. Because there's a whole bunch of confusion going on right now with black women. And we ain't really been told. So this is why it's going the way it's going. So I'm explaining to him, you got to understand where this shit is bred from and where it originates from with black women. We don't understand the power that our mouth do because we don't understand the damage that it do to the black man because y'all don't say it. So the stuff that you breaking down in this conversation that you saying to me, I know that you would never say it to her. I know that you never would give her the satisfaction of telling her that you sit around and you really do question whether you a good man because of the things that she say. And the stuff that she say matters so much because it is somebody that you got feelings for and you cared about and that you got children from. So fuck it. Fuck it. I say it for these niggas. Since a nigga won't come out and say it, I say it for you. So this is from love to the other black women. And before I say this shit, I'm finna make it clear. I'm not talking to the baby mamas and the females that got the real deadbeats. I'm not talking to you. So don't get on my fucking videos with the comments about what about the ones that never do nothing. I'm not talking about y'all. So the ones with the baby daddies that never call, never come by, never try, you don't see them, they don't try to see their kids, the ones that did not, I'm not talking about them. Fuck them. I'm not talking about them right now. So don't come on here with that. I'm not talking about the mamas that's really struggling to take care of their kids and need help and assistance from. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about for the ones that damn near argue with a nigga on a daily basis about the nigga not jumping to the beat of they tune to do every little thing. I'm talking about the ones that got baby daddies that's willing to help if your mouth wasn't so fucking vile when it comes to them as a man and everything that they do in this shit. This man got to go to work. He got to go to work. But because he got to work and he can't jump when you say he need to jump, now he a deadbeat. Let me tell you something, bitch. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you hoes something that don't understand what the fuck's been done to our people. The reason why you bitches is so quick to tell a nigga they a deadbeat and talk about what they don't do is because y'all conditioned to think that fucking way. So y'all might be saying, what do that mean, love? How the fuck I'm conditioned? Reason why you bitches is conditioned. Case in point. Fucking assistance. How do you bitches get to get assistance? The way you hoes get to get assistance is the government tell you when you sign up to get fucking food stamps and shit. They tell you. You cannot have a nigga living in a household with you in order to get stamps and assistance for you and your kids. You can't have a nigga in the household. You can't get cash assistance if a nigga in the household that actually work too. If you got a job and you working and making some decent money, you can't get no fucking assistance. You can't get housing with the $12 rents if a nigga living with you. So what you got to do? You got to put the black man out. You got to put this man out in order for the government to become your kid's daddy. And you think that's better. So instead of minding your motherfucking mouth when it comes to your baby daddy and working with this man and understanding that he ain't perfect like you ain't perfect and that he gonna have shortcomings and it's gonna be times that he ain't gonna come with the shit he said he's supposed to come with, just like it's times that you don't come with the shit that you said you're supposed to come with, but nobody don't know that you shortcoming because you ran everybody the fuck off out the household. So you in this house, bitch, with this $12 fucking rent, cause you done rent the nigga off. So you in here playing mommy and daddy to these kids. You convinced that the kids don't need nobody but your motherfucking ass. When in all reality, you don't know everything it takes to be a parent, but you think you do. Okay, so you don't ran your baby daddy off for rent the nigga off, and you got this $12 rent, and you getting all these food stamps and shit and all this shit like this. And every time this nigga come around and show some type of willingness to do for the kids or be there, you run this nigga off because you know it's gonna fuck up what you got going on as far as your assistance and your fucking food stamps and your fucking $12 rent. You conditioned by the government to push the fucking black man out of the household. And you don't even fucking know it. So the reason why your mouth so fucking foul towards your baby daddy every time he don't jump when you want him to jump, the reason why you so quick to threaten with child support, even when you got a nigga in front of you that's willing to help and give you money without the government having to make him, the reason why you so quick to want to run down there and fuck this man's life up is because you conditioned to think that way. The only way you get the assistance and the only way you get the shit is by fucking up his life. This why you bitches do it. You don't understand that if you speak life into this man, your opinion really is valued when it comes to him. Some change gonna come. You don't understand that. But y'all don't get it. The reason why y'all don't get it is y'all probably got them older family members in y'all ear. Girl, I put his ass on child support. Child, I go down there and get me some food stamps. Girl, I get me some cash assistance. Girl, I get on that housing list. I get on that housing list so my rent could be $12. You know what I say when older relatives tell me that shit? I tell that, you shut the fuck up, you old bitch. Shut the fuck up. Because you choose to raise your kids or raise us off of $12 rent and fucking cash assistance and food stamps, that was your fucking choice. I don't knock it. That's what they conditioned y'all ass to believe was the fucking black American family way back then. That ain't my motherfucking way. So what I choose to do, bitch, is get up and go to work as hard as I fucking can every goddamn day. And I choose to work with this black man. I choose to work with his black ass when he making mistakes and when he not. And I choose to speak life into him. I choose to tell him, nigga, you a god, you just don't know it. You don't know it yet, but you'll get there. You ain't come with this, let's work it out. I might talk a little shit here and there, but I'm not finna beat you down no more. I'm not doing it no more. I'm not gonna assist the government in any way, shape, or form. I'm not gonna assist them in fucking separating black families. You're not gonna take none of my baby daddies and replace them with the motherfucking system. You're not gonna take a living, breathing black man and replace them with fucking cash assistance, food stamps, $12 rent on housing. You're not gonna do that to my family, bitch. You won't. I'm not gonna let.
Ooh, I don't
She
need
fired
Kevin.
it up.
I don't need Kevin Samuels because she can bust you in your mouth and
a
it's
fact.
legal. We don't need Kevin Samuels no more.
Listen,
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna be the first to say it. Kevin Samuels had what, 1 million subscribers, 960,000.
Yeah.
Everybody that celebrates Kevin Samuels and that look for
Go follow Love.
Go follow
man.
Love Dorsey right
Show
now.
her some
Like
love.
her subscribers should jump 300, 400,000.
I'm talking about, man.
within the next week or so. Like literally, go follow her because you know what she gonna do? She gonna keep the conversation going. The
feel
conversation that needs to be had, she gonna keep it going, and she's gonna tell it like it is. She gonna tell it like it is, man.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of telling like it is, man, I love the aggression that she had. Kevin Samuels was more reserved and sarcastic, and he was a smart ass.
Right,
She's aggressive.
right.
As if she is what they tried to accuse Kevin Samuels of being. She is so disgusted with women, and she's a straight woman.
Right.
And she's talking about from her homeboys and her brothers and just from her seeing the men that she loved dealing with women, and she not like that. She's
Right.
the exception. So she want to whoop women ass back.
And you know what?
Did you see that?
There's a lot of Love Dorseys out there. You know why? Because there's a lot of women that have a lot of brothers, a lot of male friends that they've been around a lot, and they see the bullshit they went through with their baby mother.
Yeah.
They know that these men is good men
men,
that
and-
provide and take
and
care of
these
their kids
women-
and do what they gotta do, and these women giving them hell
Because of the systematic way that they're allowed to, because of the governmental way that they make so
because
much.
they operating under white supremacy. That's why she was basically saying, like, y'all assisting the government in tearing down black men.
And then
y'all assisting them.
And then turn it back around and saying we're average, we're not shit, or I don't want to be with the average black man. Baby girl, the day you had me and say you wasn't gonna raise me with no father, you made me an average black man. The day you made that decision, you made me a below, and I had to work my ass out to become an average black man because you chose to do it by yourself, buying $12 worth of rent, like Love Dorsey said, that you had to get by putting a black man out the house.
Right.
So you rather the government be your daddy to your children, be the daddy to your children, and be the man in your house. Now the government telling you can't have no abortion, and you have a problem.
Yeah.
That's the man of your life. That's the
Right.
man. You not free. He just letting you do what he wants you to do, or tell you what you can't do, what you can't do. That's what we talked about last week,
Right.
And that's why they're so surprised.
And it's all tying together, right? And when shit like that happen, that's just the
And do you-
universe putting things in perspective.
And do you know
letting
what we
like,
discovered about
what's
this
up?
abortion shit? That they're scared that the populations of minorities are going to rise so drastically that they want white women to stop having abortions, so they have to do away with abortions, period, in order for the white population not to be just overtaken by Hispanics who are just walking over the border, blacks, Asians, and all these other demographics. Even all of us combined together might come together one day to be more of in this population, this country, than them. So they're doing this in order to preserve their race.
Yeah, and that's already predicted. Just like the wealth gap by 2050, they saying the black wealth is going to be at like 0 or some shit like that. You know, even though we have a vast amount of millionaires and more billionaires and stuff.
'Cause
Like
that's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. But it's so many more millionaires and billionaires from other ethnicities and races
They
that
can buy us
by
out.
2050, you know, we're not going to have any wealth. So that's one of the statistics. But there's also statistics that by like 2040, 2050 or whatever the case may be, that white people was going to begin to become the minority in America because of the growth rate of, you know, other different nationalities and so on and so forth.
And so you can't
Right.
have it's a what they call it, the bread basket or type of, you know what I'm saying, kind of type of country. You got everybody, you know what I'm saying, inside the country from different places. So they can't just say, well, white women, because, you know, racially we might not be, you know, able to compete numbers wise in 20, 30 years. Y'all gotta start having babies right now. I mean, I gotta have the babies y'all gotta have right now.
Right.
No, they gotta tell everybody to have babies. You feel what I'm saying? But you get back to the point of that's your man. We're telling you what it takes for you to have a man in your house to go fight for you, to go down there to the place and say, no, this is what our women want. We're going to vote for this because this is what our women want. Nah, you have a man that has been telling not only the man in your life, but you what you can do and what you can't do. Well, up
Right.
until now, you've been cool with what he's telling you can do. But now he's telling you what you can't do, and it's a problem.
Right.
That's the man in your house. That's who you put them. See, and he doing the same thing that you, a man, would have been doing anyway. Tell you what you can and can't do based on what's best for what? The entire population or the entire household. So you have a woman like Love Dorsey that's telling you, man, y'all women are ruining these niggas by the things y'all say. Another one of her biggest points was, y'all tell these men things, don't understand. Based on his pride, he's not going to tell you that hurt him, that you called him a trifling dad,
Right.
a deadbeat, or you told him this about himself.
Because if he did tell you it hurt it, I mean, if he did
If he
tell you it
confirmed
hurt
it,
him, like
you're
you're
running
gonna
up.
just use that to your advantage.
You're gonna
now
run
you're
up.
gonna say it even more and try to use it to get under the skin because you know, all right, this is gonna affect him. Because women literally get in arguments and say things or look to
Just
say
to
things
hurt you.
that's gonna dig deep.
And as a logical person, you get into an argument to get your point across. The minute you do, she just starts trying to hurt you in the same argument.
Right.
So you tell her, nah, you tell me, don't leave the toilet seat up. But I told your ass, put the milk goddamn back in the refrigerator and left the milk out. Mm-hmm. You black as hell. What the hell does that have to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? They just start trying to say stuff. Well, I'm like, yeah, it hurt my feelings. You just said I was black as hell for no reason. Like, why you say that? Well, you made me mad because you talking about that goddamn milk. Well, this came up because you told me I didn't close the toilet. Like, you told me I didn't put the toilet seat down. This is a scenario.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
But that's how it goes. They started. You start telling them, hold on, you kind of do the same shit. Oh, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You ain't brush your teeth yesterday. Don't tell nobody that. Like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? What they got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? They don't take the accountability, man. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that she was saying was, she was saying,
Key
y'all,
word, accountability. They
yeah,
don't take accountability.
y'all make black men be accountable for everything, even what you want out of life.
Right.
And y'all had one man step on the platform and ask y'all to be accountable, and he could die.
Right. Right.
And y'all wonder why we're dead now, why we don't live past 55, 56 years old.
I wonder
why
what
we go
people
to
say.
jail, why we're on drugs, why we gang bang and all that. Y'all, our mamas, y'all declaring our lives to be okay with just you. So y'all are making the decision to start our lives with one parent. All your decisions, they ain't got nothing to do with my daddy, God, your mom and dad. No, that's what the state gave you the right to do. You're doing it. And then when I grow up to be this end product and this end production, we are the production of women. That's why I don't understand why women are so upset at men. We are the production.
Absolutely.
We're the production of women. We're your
Absolutely.
sons for the last 5 generations.
Absolutely.
Since
and there was
1950.
and we talking about and we talking about a whole 2 to 3 generation of black men and black women being raised by single mothers. You get what I'm saying? Because you have the mass incarceration, you have, you know, fathers that drug, but you have fathers that just fuck it, I don't want nothing to do with the kids. You do have some of those out there.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. But the reality of it is, we were raised by black women. So women growing up feeling like they don't need a man, feeling all these things, that's because the woman taught them that. Men growing up, you know, feeling how they feel like they gotta, that's because the woman
I do
taught
everything
them
for you.
that.
Well, for me, your daddy don't do shit. And like Jada Pinkett Smith, she got on Red Table Talk and said that her grandmother at 9 years old taught her how to finger herself so that she would understand that pleasure come from her and not from a man.
I don't even understand why
these
she came
women
out
have
and said that.
these women, and her daughter said, yeah, the one that worked the letter to Tupac. This is what we dealing with.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Willow Smith's boyfriend because
And-
you ain't
and you
even
know what's
having
crazy
sex,
because-
and you can't even cheat on women like that.
And you know it's crazy because her moms, even Jada mom's sitting there and I know her mom just had, to me, her mom's had to look like you had to say that about my moms? like literally, we know that shit is inappropriate.
I don't think
to be
Jada
teaching a 9-year-old girl to finger herself
and having
to
your
satisfaction.
and then look, that means she was sitting right there with Willow teaching Willow how to finger herself. Because Willow was sitting right there. Yeah. They are teaching these women. They are pre-programming these women like robots to hate men before they even have their heart break. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're setting themselves up for. They're picking the type of men that are gonna break their
So
heart.
it's safe to say that damaged, broken, bitter woman created the cycle of things that we see going on right now
by teaching their
by
daughters.
the way they taught their daughters and taught their sons growing up, the way they taught them and the way they raised them. So women screaming at their sons, "Hey nigga, get your ass in here, sit your ass there, get the fuck out of my face, motherfucker, nigga this, nigga that, go do this."
Just like your ragged ass daddy.
Yeah, just like you, like, so all this stuff, all these things
And
that
him emotionally being
we
down.
know goes on in the black household where mothers talk to
Their sons raw.
both their sons and daughters raw, because a mother will tell her, "Oh, bitch, you think your pussy, you think you grown? You think your pussy big as mine?
Yeah.
You think this, that?"
Buy your own
get what I'm
tampons.
saying? Like, yeah, you get what I'm saying? So you hear this type of talk going on, and it's like, it's breeding this one side for women, which is taking no accountability and feeling entitled. And then for the other men, I mean, for the men, is breeding cater to women, do all this to women,
And-
let women talk to you any kind of
and
way.
adhere to them when they do that. When a woman
Yeah.
makes you, so let's go back to happy wife, happy life. What I came to discover what that means is there's a certain homeostasis to your life when you're in a marriage. You know, so I'm a married man. Happy wife, happy life means that when you go to try to put your foot down, women will mess up that homeostasis, which means I'm supposed to cook, I'm supposed to clean, I'm supposed to do all these type of things. You don't want to do what I'm telling you to do, or you want to put your foot down, I won't do laundry, I won't cook, I won't clean because I'm not happy, because I'm not getting my way, or you're trying to tell me the way I need to act or need to do in this relationship. So the homeostasis and the establishment that we have, the balance that we have in our house and the participation that I put in that, I'm going to take away, so there's no balance in the home.
So
well,
here-
that's a pimp mentality. Why? Because a pimp beats the hoe and then tells the hoe, if you do what I say, then you will have peace.
So here's the funny thing about that. Right, you're right. But
Real
here's
shit.
the
It's a
funny thing
pimping hoe.
about
They
that.
pimping you.
It's definitely a pimping hoe aspect, but here's the funny thing about it, because with what you just said, and that's the black woman or the woman, right? Telling the man, you know, "Oh, if you're not doing this, then I'm not cooking tonight, or I'm not doing this, that, and the third." But yet and still, what if that man came home and decided to say, "You know what? I'm not going to work for the next 2 weeks.
He can't.
I'm not paying no mortgage this month.
He can't.
I'm not putting no food in the house this week because you didn't cook last week. I'm going to relinquish my right as a man and my duty as a man, and I'm not going to do certain things that I should have to do as a man of this house. I should be paying this.
Yeah.
I should be taking care of the kids. I should be putting food on the table. I should be providing for this, providing for you, this, that, and third, yeah, as a man, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you can wake up today or tomorrow, and because we had an argument or a disagreement, or because I didn't do something that you wanted me to do, or I didn't go with you to the in-laws' house because I wanted to sit home and watch the fucking football game, and now all of a
That's what
sudden
I'm
you don't
talking
want to,
about. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, and now
I didn't
all of
go
a
over
sudden
to
you
your
don't want to,
homegirl's dinner, your homegirl birthday party. all
So
the
now
other-
you don't want to cook or you don't want to clean, and it's like, all right, well, what if men started doing that shit from another perspective, and that's the financial
You
aspect.
wouldn't be a man. She's still a woman even though she doesn't cook because they don't define her. She's still a woman even though she don't clean. They don't define her. But you're not a man
There
if
we
you
go.
don't pay bills.
And you know
you're
what?
not the double standard.
And you
bro.
know what? I'm at the point where, and I've been at this point where I don't give a fuck what you dictate is a man or what's
I
a real
know.
man.
No, you can't.
Because who are you
Who
to
are
dictate
you?
what a real man is? Because what's gonna happen is we're gonna go down this endless cycle to where whenever I don't do something,
I ain't
you'll
a
be
man.
like, well, a real man would have. Well, a real man
Bro,
would have.
I had a
And it's
woman-
like, what the fuck
It's two
dictates
thi-
what a real man
It's
is?
two things men stop to care about. They don't care about women saying that they're a real man or not a real man no more, and they don't care about a woman leaving them to go sleep around no more as a consequence.
Yeah.
Like you're so sexually liberated. Why should it hurt? But this was back when I believed in Disney's fairy tales that women slept with one guy their whole life and shit.
Right, right.
Why would I give a damn about you going to sleep around on me? I didn't meet you that way, and I bought you sight unseen. I didn't know the damage that was inside of you or that was done to you by other men when I got with you. I accepted you for who you were. So if you to go do that anymore, I'm Mario Winans. I just don't want to know. If I do know, who cares? Do my friends know? They don't know. Cool. No one cares, and it's like the things that they used to I want to say blackmail men with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell everybody to trifle. Who cares? We're black men.
You know what? We know what's happening, and this shit just hit me. Women are losing their power
Ooh, that
to control
men through femininity.
and they don't like it. And anyone that is waking men up or getting them to see
It's gay.
that they're being controlled and manipulated by women is gay, and they deserve to die. That's what I'm getting from this shit. That's what I'm getting from this shit. For years, we've been controlling men. We've been controlling the narrative.
And they were
we
dumb.
Can say they ain't
Men
shit.
are so
We
dumb.
can say they not worth nothing. We can say they deadbeats. We can say all of this shit to them. We don't need them and all of that. But the moment they start seeing their worth, their value
Without us,
without us, and they start, putting and coming and approaching us a different way, and someone is advocating for men to do that. Oh yeah, you're a threat to what's working.
and then you got to talk about those things like Kevin Samuels used to say, like, black women can't go to other race of men. Look how you done treated your man. You think other race of men ain't watching? Y'all laughed at a man dying. Vivica Fox would be the reason why an Asian man will never get with you. A white man will never take you.
Vivica said something that was crazy to me, right? She said something about him being a hypocrite and that he was
See
with.
how she couldn't factually prove that. Like I said, they never can factually
They
debate
can't
nothing he
factually prove
says.
it. But after saying he was a hypocrite, she also said that he was with a woman, not quite sure what her ethnicity is, right?
Yeah,
So she threw that out there to make it seem like
Because when you're not good enough for your black woman, you better still stay there and just get
Right.
good enough.
So-
you might be everything in the world for Becky. You a sellout.
Yes, but
That's fucked
it
up.
puzzles
I
me
caught
because-
that just
Yeah,
now. I didn't
caught it.
catch
Yeah.
that. When
She definitely said that, bro.
She said,
but
I don't know what.
I don't know.
Hortensia look. She looked good.
And as soon as she said it, the first thing that hit me is though, y'all celebrate Kamala Harris. She married to a white man. Y'all celebrated that new judge, Kentara Jackson.
She married to a white man.
to a white man. So y'all celebrating all these divestors. Y'all celebrating all these black women
Who go
that
out
have got
there-
to the point to say that black men is so much ain't shit and there's not enough of them out there, good ones anyway, that it's time for us to go outside of our building black families and establishing that. I'm going to get me a white man or Asian man or whatever man kind of be. Anything I got to do to find the love I need, which that's basically what divestors is. So on one hand, y'all approve for that for women, but then when men do it, it's ridicule behind it. When Kanye went and married Kim,
It made 50,
he went
made
and married a white chick, But y'all don't say nothing to these black women that be running for office in the highest office in the land
And they do
that
for
be
a white
married
man.
to white men.
And then you gotta understand. And then they did that locking up black men. Kamala Harris locked up black
Absolutely.
men, and it was up there letting white men go for the same crime.
Yeah.
And,
And,
but see,
and,
this
and
is
the
the pro-
judge, Ketanji Brown Jackson, or whatever the case may be,
She let
her
out
thing was she
pedophiles.
was letting pedophiles out with the minimum sentence.
Less the lowest numbers in the country. This is what our black women are doing. You got a mayor right now in Atlanta that locked up all the rappers. The rappers was fixing the community. The rappers was bailing people out of jail. The rappers was feeding people, creating stores. She locked the rappers up for RICO, right? You ain't never locked the Ku Klux Klan up for RICO. And why, as a black woman, do you want to get office and not feed the black community, not keep the drugs out of the black community from coming in the state of Georgia? You don't want to improve the schools. You don't want to make better jobs right there. No, you want to lock the black men up who are trying to take that and by any means necessary up in there. Now you understand why they came with the RICO and they came with that against the Black Panther Party. And
Right.
they shut them down with that.
Right.
They didn't try to hit the Nation Islam with that. But yet the KKK still had never had a RICO against them. They sell drugs. They have killed. They have murdered. And there have never been a RICO charge against the KKK, which would take down the whole nation. Because guess what? You have so many judges and so many private people a part of the KKK, it would be ridiculous.
Yeah, they just transitioned to the Tea Party. That's all.
You know what I'm saying?
They just sip tea and mind their
And
business.
for you to sit up here, and,
Allegedly.
and for us to sit up here and have to realize this is the state that we're in as black men. This is the state that we're at a war that we're not supposed to be able to fight against our woman. And if we go get another race of woman, and that woman says that we're worthy of a man, then we're weak. And guess what? Black men are wrong for shunning those men too. If you want to sit there, bro, the femininity has no race to it, bro.
Right.
A woman is a woman. Has
That's
transies not
that's
taught
a-
you that?
That's a fact.
It's not our fault that only Kamala Harris can go out there and get a white man. See, that's the problem. You line up 100 women, the white man will take one of them. The Asian man will take one of them. The Arab man will take one out of the 100 women. They don't like it when we have options outside of our race. They hate that. They want us to be there. They want to be our obligation. Meanwhile, they don't even need us with their white capitalistic measures of society.
Right, with the government on
With
their
the
side.
government on their side, but we're there. But they got to be our obligation. You shouldn't even look. And then they say things about Kanye like he got all that money and got a white girl. Y'all had all the time that man was broke to get with him and convince him that he was worthy of being a black man with you. When he got his paper, y'all made him feel ugly. Y'all made him feel lame. Y'all made him feel less than. He don't even feel like a man being with him. Well, how y'all think y'all make us feel? Like y'all our mamas who been raising us since day one. We don't feel no way about y'all but y'all grandma and y'all mama. We respect y'all, man. That's all we can do.
Right,
There's
right.
no father in our house on average. The black community holds the black woman up to such a high esteem. You have men that speak against other men going outside
Just-
their race.
absolutely.
You have men speak against other men saying anything to a woman that she doesn't agree with. You have men, I'm talking about straight men, sit there and watch a woman hit another man. If that man return the punch, that straight man gonna go hit that man. But you didn't stop that woman from hitting that man.
Right.
This is what men have been programmed to do, and it's our fault. And see, they don't like Kevin Samuel because they know that they're like Mandingo fighters, like the slave catchers use black men to go catch other black men. They use us to tame us. They learned it from, they must have picked up the book from Jim Crow the day that white folks said we could read.
Jim Crow itself delivered.
They must have read what y'all, or the people who created feminism must have picked up that book they damn self. Because there's nowhere in the world, bruh, that our women have such a divide and conquer strategy. They look at us like we're not worthy. Yet if we're not there for them to protect them as an insurance plan, we hate them and we
Right.
can die.
Right.
So that sounds like slavery. If y'all don't slave for me, y'all can die. Don't that sound like the Ku Klux Klan?
Pretty much.
Well,
Equivalent to white supremacy.
So it's not that we hate our black women. We look at our black women like a hate group. We don't hate y'all.
Say that one more time.
It's
Can we
not
run
that we
that
hate
back?
our black women. We look at y'all like a hate group, like the KKK against us. And yeah,
Right.
just like all white folks not racist, and just like all black women are not against us.
Right.
No, there's a group of y'all out
That-
there that
absolutely.
put on a hood.
And y'all on Front Street. Y'all out there blatantly saying it all over social media.
Just like when they first came out with the KKK, they didn't know what that was. They had a bunch of hooded white men they thought was ghosts. A couple years later, they knew exactly what that was. At first, we thought we had really hurt our black women in the 60 years outside of slavery. At first, I thought we was really wrong until Kevin Samuel started coming up with statistics where we were happily married, dying together, kids going to college, kids going to Black Wall Street had to be burnt down. Who built Black Wall Street? Black marriage. That's what built Black Wall Street. Black families being
Absolutely.
sustained by black business. That's what built Black Wall Street.
Shit. How was Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X movement funded? How was the Black Panther Party movement funded? It was all funded through black families.
Well, let's talk about Martin Luther King. Let's talk about how the number one plan to bring him down after he wasn't a criminal was to send black women his way to sexually tempt him. Not white women, black women.
Right.
When he fell for the sexual temptation, take those recorded tapes that J. Edgar Hoover sent to his wife and use his wife from the inside out to destroy him. And if his wife leaves him and destroy his name, then he won't have one. The only reason why we have Martin Luther King's name alive, world renowned today, is because a black woman saw his purpose is more important than her life. And his purpose affected how many other people's lives. Their children's reputation, everything. Miss Coretta Scott King sat there and took that on the chin. But who was used as a weapon against him? Black women.
right.
On the road, sent his way. And then who were they trying to sick as a weapon on him? His black woman. By sending the tapes to Coretta Scott King.
Yep.
This was back when.
They tried to do it with Malcolm X. They tried to turn Betty against him. This was what was it? The Nation of Islam at that time, sending letters to Betty Shabazz talking.
So our women don't like the fact that we handle them like guns. Like I can shoot with you or I get shot by you, but you're not a for sure thing unless I'm in control of you. I look at my woman
what's
like I
that
look at, I look at my woman like I look at a pistol. Unless I'm the one cocking you and loading you, I gotta stay ready for you. You can shoot me. I can't let nothing else, not even you, control you. Yeah. Yeah. I ain't got nothing else to say, man.
Shit, man. I think you said a whole lot.
You feel what I'm saying? My woman gotta be like my pistol, man. You gotta go in my pocket a little bit.
So, so just to tie it, just to tie it all back together and get to the topic at hand. Hell yeah, I feel Kevin Samuels should be celebrated.
Hell yeah, and we need more people like him. Y'all OGs, man, y'all step up. Stop letting these young bucks, man, go out there and get finessed by the law. Y'all tell them, just go get a job and just go work, just go to school, just because that's what the woman want him to say.
Break the cycle.
Look, in the Jewish community, we always gonna give the Jews their highlight. They are religiously obligated to teach their sons a trade, not to send them to school.
Right.
To teach them a trade, the way they will always be able to be productive, so their son won't be out here being criminals, and that's an obligation from God,
absolutely,
the Father, the
because
Son.
at the end of the day, when their son turned 13, they become a man. That's what the bar mitzvah is.
That's what the
it's
bar
the
mitzvah is.
transitioning from a boy
And we
to
ain't
a man.
starting till 18.
We starting at 13. We calling motherfuckers preteens.
Yeah.
They calling their sons men.
Yeah,
You a man at 13, bro.
Even the essays calling they women at 15.
Right.
We starting 3 years behind Mexican women. That's why they can work harder than us. Mexican women work harder than the average black man. Why? She started accepting the fact she's a woman at 15. Raise your young men to be men. That man shouldn't be 12 years old without a lawnmower in his hand. He shouldn't be 12 years old without a paintbrush in his hand. He shouldn't be 12 years old without looking at the stock market with you, learning how to day trade. Teach that man how to be a man when he was a boy. Let him practice as a boy. That way when he grow up, he knows this game time.
Right.
And it's not practice.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Whether you be a woman raising your child by yourself and that's a man, or a man, teach that man how to make money. Damn all the others. You just sending your child to school. I sent my child to school. I made sure they went to school and they always had school clothes. That's what's wrong with them now.
Yeah.
You let a
I kept a roof over their head, some food, and it's more to parenting than that.
That was a pet.
It's more to
It's not like a
parenting
fucking
to
pet.
that. Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
like a fucking pet. I do my
Absolutely.
dogs like that when I'm sad.
Absolutely.
I make sure they got food. I make sure they got roof over their head. And that's it.
And that's it.
And I own them. They
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, they can't go nowhere because I don't want to let them go. I still love them, but I ain't walked them in fucking 30 days. That's how y'all treating y'all kids, man. And I tell my dogs, hey, I'm the one put food in the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm
Don't
saying?
bite the hand that feeds
Don't
you.
bite the hand that feeds you now. I know you ain't been out the backyard in 30 days. Them kids ain't been out the house. When them kids got out, they want to be so liberated and so free. They just been under mama's reign and
Right.
rule and stuck in the house.
In the house, don't get a chance to experience nothing. Don't go out nowhere. None of that. They just
And the women get over it quicker. So the women leave these situations, they get over it way faster. The men, no, bro, because you still got to be a man while try to enjoy yourself as a man. And you 18. So you never get to go out there and say, well, I'm going to date this guy that's going to take me on trips and all that. And
Yeah, take care of me. Yeah, I'm
take
just
care of
gonna
me.
live
No,
life. Yeah.
you got to learn how to take care of yourself. But at the same time, you have this aspiration to fulfill your childhood dreams or just want to be happy. That's why they say a lot of men take their adulthood and they relive their childhood.
Uh-huh.
That's what
Called
was wrong.
second childhood.
Second childhood. I have done that so many years of my life. I just stopped maybe 2 days ago. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't stop wearing cartoon socks. I just wished I could have watched all the cartoons. I used to cut the cable off when I was a kid. I couldn't watch all my cartoons. I have to grow up, fam. But it's because I never got the chance to enjoy life from a childhood point of view.
Right.
This is what makes men. That's why they say men are more immature than women. Why? Because we don't get to get over what we've been through as children. We have to get to business. Meanwhile, they can get grown and now they can say it's all about me now. I'm from under mama's rule. It's all about me now. I make the rules. Everybody else got to be an insurance plan to support that.
Right.
My parents.
I don't got nothing going on for myself, but I'm gonna go find me a man that's making $300,000 a year with no kids, and he gonna take care of me and my 2 kids that I got from 2.
And I'm gonna fuck around into this with a bunch of niggas that ain't worth that.
Right. Right.
Ray now.
Shit, that's a.
So man, in my
Yeah, that's
opinion,
one
man,
hell of.
Kevin Samuels got to be celebrated, man. You got to celebrate balls, man. Black men have none. You scared of everything and everybody except other black men. We saw that with the Will Smith slap.
And I
Look,
like that. I like that you said that. We got to celebrate balls, right? We got to celebrate cojones. And we started
Cojones.
off this show with the nigga said, "Guess these nuts," right? So we back at ground one. We back on the nuts. You gotta respect the man with cojones. That's
Man,
gonna
don't
tell
let-
it like it
listen, Don't
is.
let these women play games with you, bro. Look, if the minute you start playing games with a woman, it's not gonna end. She's not gonna respect you, bro.
Yeah.
They say they hate men that act like little boys. Yet when a man hang ups on you on the Skype and said, "Guess these nuts," he deserves to die.
Right.
Y'all don't know what y'all want.
Yeah, they don't. And at the end of the day, you calling into this man's show This man's been going on doing this show for years now. You
Yeah,
already know the
man.
protocol. He asks you your
I still
age,
call.
and you want to talk about gas. Like, I get it, bro.
And I mean-
I get it. And as much as women, oh, that's disrespectful, man. That shit entertaining and funny as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? And what I understood was, you know, a lot of women hit on this man on the show.
Yeah.
A lot of women would call onto a show and be like, you know, Kevin, you're so handsome. He would just ignore that shit, like size, age, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, this man was like, and I think they were trying to get the thirsty side out of him. You know what I'm saying? But if you go look at this man on this dying day, he wasn't alone. A marriage don't mean you was alone. See, that's what women feel.
When you exactly, and we said that in the beginning, but
Yeah.
when you also allow a woman or you get a woman to understand that her pussy doesn't have power over you, they're powerless.
Oh, my God.
When you get a woman to understand and she clearly knows her pussy do not have power over you, they are powerless.
Shit, I mean, but at the same time, that's why I go to always say, don't be surprised if you got pussy power with me in a relationship and I cheat. Because what's being controlled over me is what? Pussy power. And that's based on what? Idolatry, me idolizing you because of your sexiness. That's based on lust. If I look at another woman that's sexy, that's why they can't stand you looking at the women on the internet. But why are the women posting that on the internet? You know what I'm saying? They can't stand you going out in public and another woman showing you no love. Because why? You trained to only respond to pussy reward. You know what I'm saying? You do something, I give you some pussy like a little treat. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? What a dog do when he see another treat? That's a, and if I look at you, not looking at it, because a treat over here.
Yeah, treat
You
over
feel
here.
what I'm saying? So, nah, you want to treat coochie like a treat and not a requirement, but guess what? This treat's all around here, baby.
Right.
And I understand you think your little treat ain't no trick, but it is. Once you start telling the man he got to sign up for life just for that. Something that another man had just because he was him for a day.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And
And
when
I
you
think-
have men like Kevin Samuels saying, raise your standards.
Right.
That's going to help y'all. Because why? When you do meet the standard, another one won't be able to come in and swoop and take
That's a
your man.
fact. That's a fact.
'Cause
Because
she done
because
it.
if the only thing that you have to offer this high value man that you looking for is pussy, well, guess what? There's a whole bunch of women online that got pussies.
But cheaper.
So what are you?
I'm in a relationship with you.
What are
It's
you
cheaper.
offering different?
What is a man of high value gonna do? He gonna buy an asset at the lowest price. So if pussy worth all it's worth, and it's all divine, I'd rather get that $2 pussy on the pole. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's why there's a lot of women running around here for $40, right? I be seeing these $40 memes.
And then okay,
$40.
give you access to my 401k for the same coochie that niggas got for free every day.
Or pay $40 to fuck when I want to fuck and just keep it moving. I think I pay $40.
And then they said- and then they
Instead
said-
of my
and then they said,
401k.
Well, you shouldn't do that because those women have diseases. Do you have a disease, man? Condom sales ain't been up since high school. Y'all mad at birth control right now. Y'all mad at goddamn abortion right now. So y'all not using condoms, man. I have just as much a chance of catching STD from you, being in a relationship with you from day one, and you had past relationship with men who you said cheated on you and did. Those men were sleeping with other women, and they slept with you.
Right.
Now, bam, I can catch something in this relationship with you, just like you can go cheat right now and give me something, man.
Right.
So the only thing, the excuse they can bring up is, you gonna get something talking to those type of women. See how they talk down on women
On
and
women,
tear
yeah.
women down
Yeah.
in order to maintain a man's mind, in order to believe that they're the only coochie that matters. And when you have men like Kevin Samuels say,
But you said dingling the coochie like a motherfucker.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And when you have men like Kevin Samuels say, hey man, up your standards.
Right.
Yes, we need to hear that as men
Yeah.
because why? We won't be.
Nigga said, fuck for this. Nigga, go
But
about
that-
your business, do what you gotta do. And this right here,
I'll follow
this
you.
shit gonna be chasing you.
Exactly.
While you going about your business.
Exactly. And so by you telling a man to work 6 hours a week, by you telling a man to raise his standards, by you telling a man to make himself more appealing to the marketplace that controls us as far as how we make money, the capitalist system that we have in place. That makes women mad because now he gonna feel like because he got money that means something. It do. Y'all say when a man don't have money, it don't mean nothing.
Right. So get one or the other.
So you want a man that got $400,000, but once you get with him, you want to tell him that doesn't mean nothing. And
Right.
I've been through that.
Right.
Getting a large amount of money,
Right.
like I know
But you don't want a man with $50,000 a year because hey, that means something.
Ooh!
It don't mean when you got the $400,000 and you get me as the woman, then no, what you got don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing.
But when you got $50,000 and you trying to get that same woman, then now what you got means something because they don't want you. You only got $50,000 a year.
We're gonna sit up and keep Rubik's Cube and ourselves, man. We get one side down, the other side get messed up.
Listen, I was once told that women understanding men is like reading 2-paragraph page letter. And men understanding women is like going through fucking a book that's 7,000 pages thick.
An
You get what I'm saying?
encyclopedia collection. I swear, you start
yeah,
with
you go
A in
through-
her mind and go through Z. Yeah, the
Yeah, you go
thesaurus.
through everything.
Why one word mean 5 different things to your crazy ass? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but at the end of the day, man, I've heard a lot of women say something that used to mean a lot to me when I was no, by mean a lot to me, I mean it used to hit me. When I was in high school, I was like, bro, y'all look crazy, huh? Women say, well, be gay. Well, we gotta work with them, because that ain't my option. So I want to let women know right now before y'all try to say at the end of the show, well, they must be gay. No, I'm not. And stop using those men's lifestyle
Right.
to make fun of straight men when
Right.
we got something to say to y'all. That should be a hate crime. But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Absolutely.
I had a woman tell me, we're going to have to figure it out, because what are you going to do as a man? You have to coexist with a woman. But women felt like they didn't have to coexist with a man.
Right.
So,
And-
so we're getting to the realization now that they do.
And I want to say this because a lot of times, you know, in different platforms or social media or whatever, you'll hear a lot of the problems being discussed. And people always like, oh, you're talking about the problems, but what's the solution?
Yeah.
Well, I want to let you know that we are a solution-based platform just as much as we discuss problems. And the solution to black women that's out there that's hating on black men or hate black men or despise black men that have a voice and that's talking something that need to be heard. My solution to y'all is, if you hate black men so much, then maybe y'all should just date gay men and leave us the fuck alone.
Or date outside your race. That's what Kevin's saying. Date outside your race. You know what I'm saying? We're a minority. We're 13% of the country. There's no reason why every last black woman shouldn't be able to go find a man
Right.
of another race in this country, especially a white man.
Right. And I can say that. I can say that because, you know, I have a queen by my side. I have a woman that's in her divine femininity, right? That I don't have to deal with the bullshit that I had to deal with in previous relationships
Amen
with
to
previous
that.
black women.
And you learned.
So I just want to let
Did
that
you
know.
give up?
Huh?
Did you give up?
Never gave up,
You
but
learned.
I learned. I didn't pick 2, 3, 4, 5 of the same type of woman, which a lot of women do. They
They
pick
be
2,
4,
3,
5
4,
of the
5
same
times
nigga.
of the same nigga, and then now they say all niggas ain't shit. No, the niggas you pick ain't shit.
The niggas might get with you and not become shit.
That's
you know,
a fact.
if you take you times him, it might always end up to not be shit, baby girl. That's why you can't. I mean,
You might be the problem.
You might
just
be the issue,
problem.
man. You feel
so
what I'm
don't be
saying?
out there praying the Sierra's prayer if you're a fucking toxic woman. Mm-hmm. Because the Sierra prayer ain't gonna work for you if you're toxic. I'm telling you.
And like I say, man, one thing I can say about Sierra though, you can tell Russell Wilson's respected, man. We can talk about that Russell Wilson future Sierra situation all we want to. You could tell Russell is respected, and you could tell that he's happy. And I wouldn't care, but I would give Sierra her kudos. You had kids for future, got in a relationship with another man, was able to keep him happy. So she was at every Seahawk game, Seahawk down. You made that man feel important and relevant, and you did that while coming out of a broken-hearted relationship with a rapper, and you had a baby by this dude.
Right.
You are the GOAT. Sierra is the fucking GOAT. Write a book, Miss Sierra. Show these women how to do it. How to come from a situation with a man that done broke you down. So you say. I'm not talking about Future. I'm a fan.
Right.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I never liked you anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I love Future. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
I never liked
This
you
ain't got-
anyway.
that ain't got nothing to do with
But you know
Future.
what's crazy? He might be honestly telling the fucking truth. It might have just been a conquest for him. Like, oh, Sierra? Like, Sierra was popping before Future got in the game.
And see,
so
look,
to him, that could have been like, oh, shit.
I wanted to hit
used
Sierra when
watch
I was
Sierra.
regular. When I was regular. I wanted to hit that when I was
Exactly.
regular.
So he probably never liked it. Just like I heard he fucked Scottie Pippen's wife.
And
or
just-
ex-wife
and
now,
just made an album about
because
it.
Scottie Pippen didn't fucking shake his hand when he first met him years ago. Like, that word. It was some shit. No, it was some shit. That was like, yo, I seen
Hey,
it. With
hey,
Scottie,
look,
he met
Future the
Scottie
GOAT.
Pippen. Scottie
Future
Pippen
the
like,
GOAT.
didn't know, you know what I mean? Didn't like
Future the
approach him
GOAT.
the right way. And he said, all right, well,
Future
fuck it.
the
I'm going to
fuck your wife. God damn, bro. God damn. Hey, bro, look. Future. Hey, look. Future and Kevin said, have some nuts, man. Have some nuts.
And
You
let
feel
your
what I'm saying?
let your nuts
Hang, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say men's testosterone is dying down. What do you need testosterone for? For reproduction. It's their body, not yours. You don't need testosterone for that. To own shit and run shit. Hey, you don't own nothing to run nothing. You don't even run your own goddamn house no more. To become in power, you don't have power. To sustain power, there's nothing for you. Like, that's what happens. Testosterone kicks up when somebody comes to take your throne as an alpha male. It's a chemical that allows you a super strength like Superman. You can fly and shit. You can swing off trees like Tarzan. You full of testosterone. They say every generation this shit going like this. And if you go start with the 1950s and then put men out the house and start looking at men's testosterone ever since that day.
Yeah, and with everything that's going on, the dehumanization,
Yeah.
defeminization,
Yeah.
like everything that's going on, yeah,
You feel what
it's
I'm
big.
saying?
It's you know,
Man, look, you gotta love yourself as a man, bro. You feel what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? You gotta love. That's what a swagger is. That's what drip is. You feel what I'm saying? That's what flavor is. This is
Right.
when you look in the mirror and you the only opinion you need as a man to feel like you the shit. And you will take that against the whole world and rock. And could nobody unconvince you or unmake you think that you not that nigga.
That's a
or
fact.
you not that man.
That's a fact.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's a swag about you. A swag is the ultimate confidence. And they normally say it come from a man being confident about his body.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And it come from it. So work out.
Absolutely.
It come from a man being, oh, he rich. That's why. Go get some
Go
paper.
get some paper.
Oh, he's successful. Go join the basketball team. Nigga, do something.
Get successful.
You
yeah.
only depressed because you're not doing nothing with yourself, man. And you don't have a swagger because it's not a, you have to go look for everybody else to give you a kudos or to tell your attributes are enough for life. And if they don't, you're depressed.
Right.
Or somebody come break your confidence in yourself by telling you that you're not enough for them when you should be enough for yourself.
Absolutely.
And after that, if that's not enough, I understand why. Because hey,
There's the door. If I ain't enough, there's the door.
And I tell people all the time, I'm never gonna be enough. Cause see, I love me. And see, I can't expect you to love me the way I need to be loved. So by the time I love me, you only get what's left over.
Right.
So if that's never enough, I understand. Deuces. I'm gonna do you like the cheetah. I'm gonna do you like old boy that played for Kansas City. I gotta run off on you and go score another touchdown for me.
We're gonna close it right there, bro. Men, value yourself.
Value yourself and shit. Celebrate. Sammy's been
yourself.
celebrated. Celebrate that man life, man.
Absolutely.
He taught us to have some nuts. That was it. He didn't do it the right way. No, he might not have did what he's supposed to do for the women. But for men, he held it down.
Let your nuts hang.
Let your nut hang, man.
We out.
We out.
This game I love so much, done switched on me, so what do I do now? And I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mind on my money and my music. This game I love so much, done switched on me, so what do I do now? And I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mind on my money and my music. I let the beat talk to me, tell you take a walk with me, move swiftly in and out of them spots, getting that jiffy. Pockets full of cornbread. Nigga, I've been nice since the cop shot cornbread. Thoroughbred, V12 horses on the V. The Porsche's looking gorgeous, be cautious walking around me. Cross your eyes, dot your T's. Better watch what you're saying when you're conversing with me. Got men that's hungry, they'll go on a murder spree for a cheat. Nice to meet you. For a feature, I'm charging a small fee. For a big verse, that's the closest you'll get to a big verse. I'm charismatic in the middle of traffic, put the whip in reverse. Then switch gears on you bastards, it's a gift and a curse. To be a real one when you're rapping and you're talking that talk. While they getting millions for capping, I'm beyond me. Crunching on berries, yeah, I'm the captain. I see real when I look in the mirror and staring back at it. This game I love so much, done switched on me, so what do I do now? And I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mind on my money and my music. This game I love so much, done switched on me, so what do I do now? And I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mind on my money and my music. Fell in love with the game as a youngin'. I had a vision like that Pyrex in the kitchen. I was whipping like a slave owner. I played the block, pistol gripping on that same corner. I was pitching just to get it, but my man calling. Was doing this here. I'm hotter than you shit, yeah. The kid here. Who else can make 2020 a good year? You are now witnessing the making of a legend. Plus I'm clever. See the star complete the cipher like a 7. Yeah, you know the vibe. Special talents like 11. Stranger things been happening, and y'all niggas let them. But don't sweat it. My presence is a gift. There's a shift in the culture, and I'm here to fill that void, kill that noise. Damn it. This flow here is gold standard. Paint this album on the canvas. That's a kilo. Probably over your head. You know my stilo. About the green like CeeLo. Flaming hot like Cheetos. Jordan over Craig Elo. This game I love so much, but switched on me. So what do I do now? And I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mind on my money and my music. This game I love so much, done switched on me, so what do I do now? And I've been through a few rounds that I do say, and I'm just out to get it if I do say, mind on my money and my music.